Hello, and welcome back to Doomed, solo playthroughs through Arkham Horror, the card game with a focus on roleplay and storytelling. And perhaps a note about my height. Hang on, I'm going to figure this out. Hiya! It feels good, Crosshair. Thank you. Thank you. It feels good. I'm glad somebody noticed. No, happy to be back. I do remember there had been the schedule switch. I think was to accommodate the nerdy filmmaker originally, but then it was just like, oh, Tuesdays are better than Monday. Anyway, it worked out very well for me. So everybody's happy. Okay, Flower. Okay, if you're watching on the VOD, obviously down below, there's a timestamp to where we're starting the action today. I am terrified about today's stream, so obviously to pump myself up, Flower is correct. I need to do a better Link impression. Here we go. Just let the music pick up a little bit too. Hup, hup, hip, hip. That was really loud. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna do another one. Here we go. Hip. Pretty good. All right, I'll work. Oh. Yeah. I've played a lot of Zelda. I've played a lot of Zelda games over the years. Oh, Flower. Part of the reason I am streaming today, my friend, is that Liz is not here. Dun 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 dun. It's nothing sinister. Sorry, she's working. It's not sinister at all. But I also wanted to. Oh, yeah. No, definitely none. Definitely none, Crosshair. But yes, we are making up for some lost time. I had to miss Doomed this past Saturday. Chose to, for the purpose of a social event, which was great. And thank you for asking. But I want this campaign to keep ratcheting up and forward, because I feel like we're progressing towards some sort of conclusion. The conclusion, I think, is that Marion is going to be absolutely battered. And look, I didn't say that. I didn't say it. Can you read in my eyes that it's maybe true? But no, I think the conclusion we are rushing towards is a battered, psychically scarred Marion Tavares is going to have to face off against something far too big and epic for her. But she's going to fight, because she's a guardian. And that's what guardians do. Especially when you're the ghost of your previous life is screaming at you to purify all things corrupt. Anyway, hey, welcome back to Doomed. I'm thrilled to be here. No, it's all good, Crosshair. As mentioned on other streams, of course, we've got lots of content planned for Doomed in the future. I know I'm going to have a couple of Saturdays in the coming months that I'm not available as well, so I'm hoping to time the end of this campaign for a little break, and then I will be probably jumping into Twomed with Graspy Loot. The plan is to return to the jungle of the Forgotten Age with another nice, unique thematic pairing. I'm very excited about that. And then to jump into another Twomed with the Crosshair with a very thematic pairing, but in a campaign that we're not sure about yet. We'll figure it out. Anyway, today on Doomed, it's Marion Tavares in the Drowned City. We are on scenario, I'm counting them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which normally would be the, penultimate scenario, but I think there's 9 in this campaign. It's not very forgotten. It lives on in our hearts. It lives on in our hearts, Flower. What more do I have to say? Well, as always, we'll do a little story so far, but the folks in the chat here are well familiar with Marion's story. I will briefly discuss my thought process behind my little XP, and I will do a little recap of last scenario. Oh, got it, Flower. Yeah, my bad. You wouldn't want to be wrong on your prediction. I understand. I'm also going to take, maybe not frequent breaks, but I am going to take some breaks during stream today. Not only because I think this is going to be a brain burner, but also because I have various sore joints for some reason. I have to go stretch, and I'm not going to do that on stream. You freaks. Let's jump in. Today, But where's the... I think it's going to pop in shortly. Pop! That's the ticket. Today on Doomed, Marion Tavares in the Obsidian Canyons. 100 bits, Flower, will buy you me leaving the screen to go and stretch, but staying within reach of the mic. Also, weird. I mean, do it. Whatever. We're all here to have fun, right? Big hearts, big ups. The Obsidian Canyons. I will also say, actually, quick tangent. I am doing something that I really should have done a long time ago, not just because of Doomed and not just because of my love of the genre, but I am reading and listening to on audiobook, sort of simultaneously and separately, the complete works of H.P. Lovecraft, which is really eye-opening. I think it's a lot of the things I expected. I have so far read what's it called? The Call of Cthulhu? The first one? Shit, where's my... I don't have my phone on me right now. And I'm in the middle of the Dream Quest of Kadath. And so far, I'm certainly enjoying myself. I have to say, I am more of a Poe. Yeah, I'm more of a Poe lover. Poe's gothic horror is like much more intensely personal, and that really gets me personally. But I can see, like, I'm appreciating a Dream Quest of Unknown Kadath because it's so clear that the designer for Arkham at the time, MJ Newman, Maxine rather, was just like, oh, this novel, perfect, and just literally just made it into a game, which is awesome. Okay. Crosshair says, let me recap the campaign. Thank you, Crosshair. Marion was on a boat. The boat went by. Marion sad. Marion had friend. Save friend, lose arm. Marion sad, in debt, got wrapped in Cthulhu stuff. Beaten, bruised, battered, laudanum-addled. Then got to the island where stuff got really bad, but still alive-ish. Still alive-ish is definitely the name of my hit single for Doomed, for sure. And I feel like that's the name of the game here on Doomed. Last scenario specifically, I want to shout it out as being a good time. This was a triumph. Last scenario was Court of the Ancients, which Marion had a laudanum-addled, like opium-addled dream vision of the future, and then awoke and was like, oh god, it wasn't, it's not a dream, it's a vision, like, I know that there's this monster, we have to take it down, etc., etc., and managed to make it out alive, make it out of the Court of the Ancients big lift/elevator thing alive. In mechanical terms, I took a do-over on the scenario because it was a dumpster fire, and with some knowledge brought on by the laudanum and the dreams, she was able to succeed, more so. I will give bigger thoughts, of course, at the end of the campaign, but I think we can all agree that this campaign, while perhaps not balanced for solo, is definitely not made for whatever I've decided to do to it. It's been rough. Oh, God. Oh, thank you, John. You can just don't call me late for dinner. You can call me whatever you want. Tomorrow, for me, will be usual time, 6 to 8-ish. Oh, no, sorry. It is going to be earlier. Probably like, yeah. I'm going to say 5 Eastern to 7-ish. Tomorrow is a holiday here in Canada. Canada Day, the date of Confederation, the Confederation of the first 4 provinces to make the nation of Canada, and we celebrate it on July the 1st as Canada Day. And I am hoping to see the bicentennial of this country in my lifetime. There you go. Let's go to the mall. You won't be sorry. Anyway, on to the Obsidian Canyons. John, I hope you're having a great day. I hope everybody's having a great day. Thank you for the sum up, Crosshair. That is indeed the story so far. And I think the sort of additional plot thread that I've been really enjoying discovering, every time we do a campaign on Doomed, there's like a sort of meta plot that we like discover Oh no. Annoying morning. Boo. Boo. Kill them. Who said that? Yeah, in Doomed, the sort of meta plots of like the interactions of various weaknesses and characters and player cards, and to create an overarching story has been really cool. I find Marion's story of having been this zealous paladin in a previous life named Gret Wagner, and how Gret somehow has knowledge of this alien language, that's been really cool. And I think the like opium dream allowed Marion to communicate more directly with her, and the power that Gret is. Here's Marion. We still have our task, No Place Like Home. I think I put 4 progress on it. Let's just have a quick check. I've put 4 progress on the task. I really hope to add a progress in this scenario, and then that might be enough to get whatever the bonus is. 3 physical trauma, 2 mental trauma. I had 2 XP to spend because we made it out of the Court of the Ancients alive. I upgraded, look what I found. I have not found it to be particularly useful, but I think the upgraded version will be, and if nothing else, gains an agility icon. It's tough, man. This has been really tough. I think if I had gotten a bigger dump of XP off the top, I would have been able to get some more core upgrades on. You know. I swear to God. Crosshair, I'm going to be furious. I will also point out, I see a number of like story cards, setup instructions. I see a new type of card here called Open Skies. I'm scared that this scenario is going to be really hard, but also really complicated. So please bear with me, guys. We're going to read the intro. We're going to understand what the scenario entails, and then we're going to jump in. Okay. Obsidian Canyons. Where did we... hang on. Where did I leave off here? We put one hand above the other, and we climbed out up into the sky, right? You pull yourself to the lip of the shattered dome and out to safety. Andy clambers out of the ancient court, followed by the rest of the expedition. You all look down at the dazzling skyline of Relia, which seems to shift and sway strangely in the strong sea winds. Am I dreaming? Andy looks out at the horizon. Ephemeral shapes coalesce and then dissipate in the mists below. In the distance, you see the obsidian gates where you made landfall. Guys, we're almost back! The wide expanse between you and it is filled with mind-bending spires and poisonous green mist. Andy curses as he dumps water out of his camera bag. Mr. Tillinghast assured me this bag was airtight. I told him all I wanted was pictures, maybe a book deal. Now it's all ruined. Andy, man, this is not the time for your bullshit, okay? Skip to Obsidian Canyons 3. The alien city sprawls for miles. Yeah, exactly. He did say airtight, it's true. It's not, Flower, it's not super clear how this, like, she went through the canyons and then, I guess, down the dome and then into the city, and we met up with her and came back. It is, the geometry of this place is weird, but on brand. Chunks of broken spires are suspended in the air above collapsed towers, and colorful reefs hang from the undersides of ancient bridges. Decaying wrecks of ancient ships lean precariously atop the obsidian spires, swaying gently. You and your companions stare in awe at the unbelievable landscape. A gale-force wind nearly sweeps you off your feet. Oh, fuck! You steady yourself and look to the south to see dark, angry storm clouds crackling with green energy. The breeze reaches a howling crescendo and then suddenly dies down. The landscape below seems to rearrange as miasmic clouds bend and swirl. Your head swims. When you look back at the horizon, the skyline has changed entirely. Okay, so the actual geography of the city is changing with the wind. If any investigator has the Dreams of Destruction or Prove Your Worth tasks, they resolve their respective story. We do not. So we go to Setup Version 1 Western Expedition. So this is where it's going to get... I'm going to read the setup, but I'm pointing out there's something called Open Sky, there's something called the Summit Deck, something called sliding location, something called storm intensity. I think there's going to be a lot. Okay, gather all cards from the following encounter sets. This isn't Saturday. What the hell? Mistrich, this isn't Saturday. Hello, Mistrich. Welcome to Doomed. Wonderful to have you with us. I missed last Saturday for a social engagement, which was great. But I wanted to keep catching up. So we are jumping back in to Marion, Tavares in the Drowned City. And this coming Saturday should be Doomed as usual. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Oh, whoa, whoa. No, you're right, guys. Maybe I'm the one who's out of time and space. Open sky. Gather each location in the Obsidian Canyons encounter set. Remove the ancient dome from the game. TTS has probably done most of this for me, but I'm going to... hang on. No Drew Crew today. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, no. I have to do Drew Crew. Marion, Mistrich, she is on a cliff overlooking an alien city, buffeted by horrible gale force winds. It's a real case of the Mondays. Set some stuff aside out of play. Shuffle each remaining summit location into a separate deck, unrevealed side face up. This is the summit deck. Put Relia Streets into play, along with 4 of the set-aside open sky cards, according to the location placement diagram for Act 1 on page 35. Relia Streets, open sky. Now, fun thing that's happened here is the mod had Summit or other. Unbelievable. The app has used these fun double-sided open sky markers rather than the treacheries from the core set as markers for open sky. That's pretty cool. We start at Relia Streets, so I'll put myself here. Oh, God. Flower, that would be great. I mean, the thing is, I think most of the things that you just mentioned would be, like, pretty beloved. I feel like maybe John doing Doomed might be odd. I think maybe some other version thereof. I'm not sure. I would love to do a scrub check, and I would be a scrub. I can tell you right away. Scrub is a guy who doesn't get any love from me, and yet here I am. Okay. Put Relia Streets in the open sky. Fill each space in the diagram with the bottom card of the summit deck, above and to the right of Relia Streets, until there are 3 rows and 4 columns. Let's look at the map. We're making a 4x3 grid, and we're using the bottom cards of the summit deck. Let's see if I remember how to do this. Pick up the summit deck. Alt? No, right click. Alt? Uh-oh. Hang on. Pick up the summit deck. Whoops. Alt, right mouse button. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll go from there. Oh, thank you, Crosshair. Yes, we, of course, need to be aware of the fact that there are indeed potentially scary monsters or otherwise spooky things in this game. Okay, I've made a 4x3 grid. There's some open sky, and there's a bunch of these summit locations, which we will look at a bit more closely later. Mistrich, I will never not tell people to play Arkham, so go play some Arkham. Go play some Arkham and have fun. Okay, so I've created the map. Shuffle the set-aside Central Spire into the top 3 cards of the summit deck. So this is why this doesn't bode well. This is going to be one of those find the location type games. And famously, my luck is not ideal. Into the top 3 cards. Into the top 3 cards. Into the top 3 cards, yeah. So it could be the 4th one down. There's the top 3. Pow, 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 pow. So there's 4 underneath and then 4 on top, and one of them might be the thing that I'm looking for. We'll see. Each investigator begins play at Relia Streets. Okay, find the double-sided Eastern Winds, Western Winds story card and put it into play. Eastern Winds side face up. Okay. I'm going to read all of this stuff in a bit. Oh, that's so... Yeah, Flower. Yeah. I think it's tough. It's tough because oftentimes in these like really funky, you know, scenarios, I'm thinking of the minecart thing from Hemlock Vale as well. It's like, oh, okay, there's like this new rule for just this scenario, blah, 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 blah. But because it's not on a card, you might forget, or you might not read it properly, and then all of a sudden the scenario is like, oh, this is impossible, or like, oh, well, I'll just run down the road, or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, Crosshair, it's not clear. I'm gonna choose this version and walk out. Build the act deck using these things, fine. Place one resource on the scenario reference card under Storm Intensity, so 1 Storm Intensity. Shuffle each enemy from the star spawn encounter set, and remove 2 at random from the game. That doesn't bode well, because that means there are 2 star spawns. Set the double-sided things aside out of play. Check your campaign log if the creature was defeated. Spawn the inescapable at the location farthest from all investigators, exhausted. So I hate that. I absolutely despise that. The farthest location is here. If we recall, the inescapable is this massive beastie boy who came after me a number of times now. He only has 2 agility, but Marion only has 3 agility, so, you know. Yeah, he truly is inescapable. Okay, so he's there and he's exhausted. Exhausted just means he won't hunt turn 1, I guess. Sorry, unless I draw an Elder Thing, because it says the first time each round an Elder Thing token is revealed from the Chaos Bag, ready the inescapable and resolve its hunter keyword. So, you know. But 6 health? Maybe Marion can just, you know, beat him up with a piece of pipe or a piece of something. Oh, I should have read this. Set up instruction. Delete the rest. Boop. Shuffle and place 7.
Subscriber.
Oh, Sab!
Subscriber.
He actually has 2 evade.
Thank you.
You are correct, Flower. I actually said it out loud and then went, evade, agility? I have agility. Monsters only have evade. Osab, thank you so much. That's really, really, really kind, and I really appreciate it. If you don't have the creature was defeated, shuffle the 3 still behind you into the encounter deck. If you do, delete them and the inescapable. Well, bye-bye. Task reminder, don't need that. Okay. Floppies. In player order. Good question, Osab. Let's have a look. It says the first time each round that a Elder Thing token is revealed, ready the inescapable and resolve its hunter keyword. So, yes, it could mean that perhaps this first turn I'll reveal an Elder Thing token and it will ready and hunt, and then in the enemy phase it will be ready so it will hunt again. It is possible. But it's only once per round. Sorry, the forced effect is only once per round. So that's good. Well, it says the first time each round. Yeah. Whoa, okay. In player order, each player may choose 1 earned artifact, asset, or 1 item asset from the Expedition Encounter set. Well, well, well. And we are not ready to begin. Thank you very much. All right. Last time we took the diving suit because we needed the damage soak. Kind of wondering if I want to do that again. Our other options are this tidal tablet, which has to do with flooded locations, which I don't... We're above ground, right? There's not going to be anything flooded up here, right? The alien tablet has to do with glyphs and relia cards. Yeah. Ugh, yeah. I'm wondering about this diving suit, though, just because it's good soak. Let's take the tablet. Yeah. The expedition gear removes from game to move a non-elite enemy at your location or a connecting location once in any direction. A glyph or relia card. Are there any, like, on the board? I know there are some, like, there's, like, an artifact set aside, so maybe... I'm gonna take the glyph, because I feel like we would want to have it... I feel like Marion is now... She's hoping that it's, like, a map, you know? That it will get us out of here. All right. That was set up version 2 for the Eastern thing. All right, let us read the remainder of the rules. Yeah. Okay. Open sky. Throughout the scenario, you will be instructed to place open sky cards. We have our little fake ones that are already on the board. Open sky counts as a location for the purposes of card effects, location adjacency, and for determining distance between locations. So it counts as a location. However, you would think so, Flower. Investigators cannot move into open sky unless otherwise indicated by scenario effects. So it counts as a location for most purposes, other than the fact that I can't go there, because it's open sky, right? Open sky cannot be investigated, clues cannot be dropped on it. If a clue would be dropped or placed on open sky for any reason, choose the nearest revealed location and place that clue on it instead. Fine. Locations can enter play in a position occupied by an open sky card. Should this happen, open sky leaves play. Makes sense. If open sky leaves play for any reason, place it on... If open sky leaves play for any reason, place it on top of the summit deck. But... Oh, on top of the summit deck. That's good, because I think we're drawing from the bottom of the summit deck. We'll see. Because the thing we want is near the top, right? All enemies, tokens, and attachments at that open sky are discarded. That's good. The summit deck and sliding locations. Time for coffee. My body. Yeah, actually, because I could force something out into the open sky. Maybe I do want it. I'm going to think on it as I continue to read setup here. During this scenario, locations and open sky will enter and leave play via the summit deck. This deck is composed of summit location cards, as well as single-sided open sky cards. Locations are always drawn from the bottom of the summit deck. Encounter cards from the summit deck are always placed face down, unrevealed side face up if they're located, so you can't know what it is when you put it in the deck. No, come on, Flower, come on! If I trim the intro, so I still have 5 minutes. If a gap between locations and or open sky is created for any reason, and not immediately filled via scenario card instructions, fill that gap with the bottom card of the summit deck face down, if it's an encounter card, or unrevealed side face up if it's a location. Okay. Cards are drawn from the bottom of the summit deck. Things that go on the summit deck are always unrevealed, so we don't know what they are. If, for whatever reason, there's a gap in the 4x3 grid that isn't immediately being filled by something, we use the summit deck, makes sense. Investigators may be instructed to slide rows to the left or right. A row is the horizontal, right? Slide each card in that row once in the indicated direction. Each card and token at those locations and open sky move as well. Any cards that move outside the established columns are placed on top of the summit deck. So if things go off the edge of the map, they don't wrap around, they go on top of the summit deck. Okay? Some locations cannot be moved. If instructed to slide cards in a row, and there is a location in that row that cannot be moved, leave that location in its place and skip it, moving the card that would enter its space into the nearest gap created. Okay, so we just skip over it if it can't be moved. I think this is all going to probably make sense as we go, right? Is anyone else's brain burnt yet? Throughout this scenario, the number of resources under storm intensity on the scenario reference card indicates the strength of the otherworldly gales of Relia. The higher the storm intensity, the more hazardous the weather, sorry. Great. Yeah, I think so, Crosshair. Location adjacency. Locations are arranged in a set grid. Location is connected to each location adjacent to it. Adjacent locations share a side. Left, right, up, down. So, okay. Can't move on the diagonal. So, if I quickly kind of look at this map, we're starting down here in the bottom left corner. There's some open sky around us, which means I can't get anywhere else currently. The inescapable is way over here. And yeah, there's probably ways of getting around. Well, good question, Flower. I imagine bad shit. Let us see. I have an agenda and an act to read, and I have to save the game. And I have a storm card to read as well. Skulls are the current storm intensity, -1. Cultists are -4. If this fails, place a doom on the nearest enemy. Honestly disgusting. I mean, I'm furious that this is a standard cultist effect. I have 2 cultists. Let's check. Three cultists? Oh my god. Andy, you fucked me, dude. No tablets. Elder things are -2. If there is an enemy at your location, reveal another token. So rolling -2 if there's an enemy at your location. The Eastern Winds says, a necrous wind blows from the eastern skies. Forced. When the round ends... Thank you, Crosshair. When the round ends, reveal tokens from the Chaos Bag equal to the storm intensity. If a non-elder sign symbol token is revealed, so skulls, cultists, tablet, elder thing, tentacle, bless, curse. Okay, so there's a chance that at the end of each round, I will have to do the following. Shuffle the leftmost open sky or summit location in rows 1 and 3, place them on top of the summit deck, or if they have victory and no clues, they go in the victory display. Each enemy token attachment at that location is discarded. Slide open skies and summits left, because the winds are coming from the east, right? The east meaning the right. Place the bottom card of the summit deck in each gap created. Flip this card. Flip this card, it's going to be western winds on the other side. So basically, at the end of the round, I have to reveal a token. If the gales are super strong, rows 1 and 3, everything's going to move left, which means cards on the end get blown away back onto the summit deck, and then we take new summit cards and place them in the empty spaces that would have been created. This makes sense? Clear as mud? Good. Let's read the agenda in the act too, because I'm pretty sure Flower's question is going to be answered here. Agenda 1A, encroaching storms. I think so too, Mr. Oh my god. The clouds around Relia crackle with an alien energy as a storm picks up. Each non-weakness enemy may enter or leaves open sky as if it were a location. Each non-weakness enemy may enter or leave open sky as if it were a location. They can fly or move or whatever. This tells me that weakness enemies cannot enter or leave open sky as if it were a location. Which is very good because the Lurker in the Dark is a weakness enemy. Let's lock that away for ourselves. We can maybe get the Lurker in the Dark kind of pushed away by the winds. Each location is connected to each location and open sky adjacent to it. Here you go. Forced. When an investigator's location would leave play, move that investigator to any central location. They take 2 direct damage. Because you got almost blown off a cliff or whatever. It's not great. Now, when an investigator's location would leave play, so like presumably my location, Relia Streets, will probably have some sort of effect that says don't let it get blown off the map, because it feels important, but we'll see. Okay. Scouring the spires. The alien skyline calls to you, brimming with ancient secrets. Action. Spend X clues, reveal X cards from the bottom of the summit deck. You may put 1 revealed location into play in an adjacent open sky and move to it. Place that open sky card and each other revealed card on top of the summit deck in any order. Objective. If each surviving investigator is at Central Spire, advance. Okay, hang on. This is actually not too bad. Action. Spend X clues, reveal X cards from the bottom of the summit deck, choose 1 of them, and replace an open sky next to you with it, and then move there. So the action is both the finding the location you want and also moving. So that puts those together. And never shuffle the summit deck. Exactly. Never do this. No, I'm just kidding. Marion is no scientist. Marion is no expert. But she is being called to by some alien force. The strange, soothing melody she's been hearing whispered to her from the dark places beneath the continent, beneath the city, is here too. And despite the strange miasma and the strange sort of towering skyline that seems to shift and change in front of her, something is calling to her. Perhaps something that she needs, perhaps something that she needs to destroy. We're going to need to figure out... We need to get to the central spire, and it's going to be in the summit deck, and we're going to have to get clues to dump it into an open sky. We're not sure how to do that yet. Let us draw our opening hand, knowing that the inescapable is coming for us. Let's get doomed. Okay, hold up. It's pretty good. Crowbar. Hallowed Mirror. We know that's a good turn 1 play. Clean him out. Dynamite Blast. Take the initiative. I don't need a clean him out right now. I am going to hold on to the Dynamite Blast. It's very expensive. Expies, if you will. But I'm thinking that if the inescapable comes close, I can lob this at it, and it will take 3 damage. We've still got some dynamite, and I'm going to go, yay, eat this, and it's going to explode. Okay. And the mirror we're keeping because I think it's great, but also because of the story. Marion has been hearing this strange kind of singing, chanting, melodic sound everywhere in the drowned city, and it is still calling to her on the wind up here. So I'm going to keep these 3. It's too much money, but we're going to do it anyway. Okay. And a 1-2 punch with a determined. So I need money, but I've got a pretty good starting setup of knocking shit out if I need to. Oh, guys, I'm scared. Okay. The wind is howling as Marion and the rest of the expedition crew look out across this vast, horrible city. Let's have a look at Relia streets. Fetid seawater pools in the ancient streets, stinking of dead fish and rotten detritus. There is a funereal air in the sleeping city, a feeling of deep loss and dread. Wait a minute, if we're on top of the city, but it's in the open air, does that mean the city is rising up from the depths? That's not good. Whoa! 2 shroud, 3 clues? 2 shroud, 3 clues. This is the central location, and it says Relia streets cannot be moved or leave play, so I'm safe here, but, you know, being safe means I'm never going to get anywhere else. Maybe I should just action resign? Oh, I can't. Action, spend 1 to 3 bucks, resources. Place that many clues on any revealed location, limit once per round. So I could just scoop clues, spend money, get more clues here, etc. This is honestly no bad thing. Okay. Because we're going to need clues to use the act's ability to put revealed locations into play in the open sky and then move to them. That's the plan. Marion clutches her pack tightly and with a shaking hand takes out the alien tablet, the thing she found deep in the city. The glyphs upon it glow and seem to warp a little bit under the strange light of the sun. But she can once again hear that strange melody from further away, calling to her from the city. This is no Pied Piper. The melody that she hears has always presaged safety, calmness, and yeah, and an ability to find her way forward. Ah! No place like home. We reveal the location. What up? I'm going to put 1 Soothing Melody in my hand and 2 in my deck, and then I'm going to go ahead and play one of them right away. Because I'm soothed, I'm going to heal a damage and a horror. I'm going to draw a card, and then I'm going to go ahead and use her reaction ability to draw a card, and I don't have another event to play from hand, but that's okay. Ooh. Ooh. Sleeping in the cold below. The hope flower is that we never fall to our death or demise. That's the hope here. Yeah, I don't disagree, Crosshair. I was definitely that's how I think. No, thank you. Yeah. You know what? No, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and pull 1, 2, 3, 4 off the top. One of these is, I'm just trying not to look too closely, the central spire. And I'm going to just do this instead. I think this is, it's correct and it's more fair. So I'm going to do that. Wait, hang on. I didn't shuffle. Yeah, I did. Okay. Did I not just essentially do the same thing? It's now in the top 3. Okay. The melody soothes her cracked and broken spirit, and she looks out again into the howling wastes of the city and tries to think, how in the hell am I going to get anywhere? In the middle of the city, far off, perhaps too far to walk, perhaps too far to even think. Yeah, that makes sense, Crosshair. Yeah, it can't be yeah, that does make sense to me. There is a spire taller than the rest. It seems to almost look like the sort of center of the city, and she motions to, or points directly at it, squinting one eye. And the rest of the expedition nods. Their faces are grim, set, determined. Do I play Crowbar? Yes. We go to 0 resources, which is not good, but it's okay. We have a Crowbar out now, which means I'm a little, hopefully, better off at finding clues. Alright. So, in the upkeep, there are no ready enemies. In the upkeep phase, the inescapable will ready, but we don't know that yet. And then I will draw a vicious blow and gain a resource. We go to 1 out of 3. Oh, sorry, it's the end of the round. I almost forgot. When the round ends, reveal tokens from the Chaos Bag equal to the storm intensity. So just 1. It is a symbol. Okay, this is already going to be confusing here. Shuffle the leftmost open sky and summit location in rows 1 and 3. I know, Lo. Yep. It's a real case of the Mondays. I agree with that too, Flower. Woof. Shuffle the leftmost open sky and summit locations in rows 1 and 3 and place them on top of the summit deck. I cannot move my location. It cannot be moved or leave play, so I'm not going to do that. I will, however, put this summit on top of the summit deck. Slide each open sky and summit location in rows 1 to 3 once to the left. Yeah, the leftmost. You're right, Crosshair. Exactly. And I think that's part of the idea, right? It's like, if we all start here and we're just like, what do we do? We're not going to get blown off the map and killed immediately. What a horrible way to end. Slide each open sky and summit location once to the left. Okay, and we can't... the inescapables come closer! I don't like that much. Duh. I don't like that at all. Oh, sorry, and then flip this card. Whoa! The Western wins. When the round ends, reveal Western Gales howl with the fury of the cosmos. Are we sure about that, though, guys? Hang on. Whoa, slow down, everybody. Sorry, you can all continue. I don't actually need you to slow down. There was no open sky that got put on top, Crosshair. This was here. I've moved everything to the left, right? No. Shuffle the leftmost open sky or summit location in rows 1 and 3. Place them on top of the summit deck. So that would be... Okay, I'm just going to put everything back here really quick. So there was a location here. It would be this location and this location. Those are the leftmost locations in rows 1 and 3. I can't do anything with mine, so I put that on top. Because that's... Then it says place it on top. Slide each open sky and summit location once to the left, which I will do in the top row. And then there's a hole, so it gets filled with a summit thing. Now, and then I think... okay. Oh, sorry, yes, I see. That's there. Yeah, that's my question too here. Leave that location in place and skip it, moving the card that would enter its space into the nearest gap created. But there's no gap, right? Because one option would be that this moves out, and then we place another... I mean, that would be quite nice, to be honest. Leave that location and skip it. Yeah, so we still move everything else, you're right. Yeah. And then, yeah. I mean, I guess, like, the story for me is that the winds are howling with enough ferocity that everything in rows 1 and 3 is getting pushed to the left. And Relia streets can't be moved. So I will go ahead and, in fact, shuffle these cards and then put them both on top. Move these guys over. And then poop out another card on the bottom. And put it over here. It does put the inescapable a little closer to me. A little scary. But I guess the idea is that potentially you're going to lose a location. Like, potentially you're going to lose the location you're looking for, which is scary. The Western Winds says the same thing, except they blow the other way. Sorry, I realize my camera is mirrored. And it says shuffle the rightmost open sky and summit location in rows 2 and 4. There's only 3 rows. I imagine that means in future acts there will be more rows. And then everything moves to the right instead. This will be if the Western Winds howl in the future. Okay, I have moved everything that I can in rows 1 and 3, which moved the inescapable a little closer to me. Excuse me. Yeah, Crosshair, it's not... yeah, I'm not sure either, because it says skip it. Right? Like, I tend to agree with you that if the can't be moved was in the middle of a row, then you would, like, jump over it, is what they're saying, right? It's like you would jump over it here. But because, well, the whole row, sorry, yes, I see what you mean, yes. The whole row is moving, it's just I can't move my end location. No, you know what? I think you're right. I say fuck it. I'm going against the grain. I'm going against the grain, Flower of August. I'm with Crosshair. Although Crosshair will say, this does mean that the bottom row will never move in this act. Which would be weird. I think. Right? Because it means that the bottom row will never move in this act. Right? Because this will never be blown away. Oh, the other direction. Well, except that it's rows 2 and 4. Apparently. I gotta Google this now. Here we go. Just gonna quickly do this. Obsidian, canyons, moving, row 1. I don't know. Oh. Now I'm just reading things. Ugh. I mean, it does feel better to me because there's more chances of getting the getting the thing that I wanted, you know? Yeah. Well, it says yes, because it says shuffle the things away and remove them first. That's the first bullet point. Then it says slide each open sky and summit location in rows 1 to 3, once to the left. And like that's the real question, right? I guess the better question would be, if row 1 can't move, then why would they mention it at all, other than maybe for future acts? And that's, yeah, no, you're right. I need to not fuck it up here. Grim rule, I believe, is that the worst case scenario for me would be that the bottom row does not move, because I'm stuck. Yeah, good. I'm going with row 1 doesn't move. That's grimmer for me. It means fewer options for cards to come out of the deck that I want. That's what I'm going to go for. And we'll see what happens from there. And, maybe I'll be wrong. All right, we flipped this card to Western Winds. 1 out of 3 Doom. Marion hefts a large club that she finds on the ground. Wait. Wait, no, hang on. Okay, so we're all agreed then. Are we all agreed, actually? It's like, yeah, this would move off here, this would go here, this would go here, this would go there. I think what's... yeah, it moves the whole fucking deck around. It moves the whole goddamn location around here. Yeah. All right, it's done. It's done, and I already told you my brain is going to be burned here. All right, 1 out of 3 Doom. I cannot be blown off of Relia streets. Marion hefts a large club of something that looks like wood, but feels more like flesh, and looks out towards the skies, and she sees something moving in the distance. Oh, it's all good. I would love that. Let's go ahead and draw our first encounter card here. My friends, wish me luck. Wish Marion luck. Wings of Terror! Hey! Oh, it's not quite what I think. Ugh! Put Wings of Terror into play in your threat area. Well, all right. Yeah, well, except when it doesn't, of course. After you fail a skill test, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until an enemy is discarded. Either draw that enemy, or that enemy attacks you from the discard pile, and then discard Wings of Terror. Okay, so when I fail a skill test, I'm discarding cards, I'm looking for an enemy, and then either I get the enemy or it attacks me from the discard pile. On Wings of Terror, the only thing that can hurt Marion is the thing that attacks from the skies. Obviously, the solution here, Marion thinks to herself, is to not fail in her mission. We're back around. I'm gonna go ahead and use the crowbar. Yeah. They get, yeah. I guess, because they shuffle together. And so one of them goes on top and one of them goes second, kind of thing. In fact, actually, I should have done that. Oh no, sorry. I don't, because, anyway, it doesn't matter. I think it'll make more sense in the future. Yeah, I agree, Flower. Marion does not have a firearm on her right now. Let's go ahead and investigate my location. I have a crowbar to help pry things out of the ground. We are looking for... Oh, I don't think so either. I don't think it'll be... I think it might be something else that will hurt me instead. Marion is searching for a way forward, some information that will tell her how to continue on and search for a path through to the central spire. Do they have to wait until the geography of the place shifts again? I'm going to investigate my location. I have 4 combat, and I'm using my combat to investigate with the crowbar. 4 to 2. Occultist, that's the worst one. Place a doom on the nearest enemy. Yeah, I cannot... Well, hit me up, guys. I also failed. I failed a skill test. This is a fucking nightmare. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until an enemy is discarded. Let's see what kind of enemies we have here. Still behind you goes in the discard pile. On Wings of Darkness goes in the discard pile. Star Vampire. It is a victory point abomination, but it only does 1 damage. This is a hunter who is relentless. It preys on the most remaining health, and it heals itself after it attacks. I'm actually okay to skip the victory point here and take a damage. And then I discard this. Marion turns back to Andy and the rest of the crew to sort of explain her thought process, which is, well, what if we were to just wait for the wind to shift the geography, make a path for us here? You know, I can already see a path forming down, and then screaming out of the sky, some sort of faceless, formless blob, all teeth and a whistling sound. Marion dives for cover. Yeah, exactly. Come watch live, guys. No need to scream at a recording. That doesn't sound very nice anyway. Hey. Marion dives for cover, and some of the teeth just barely miss her leg as the thing goes off. She clambers up to her feet and looks back around at the crew and just shakes her head. These things can fly. So that was, bad. Oh, I could have luckied. No, I couldn't have luckied. I could have luckied. I'm going to keep lucky. Here we go. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to investigate. I'm, what am I, 3-2 this time? Because I'm using my intellect. I like to keep the rules in check. -1, so I succeed, and I get a clue. I did forget about lucky. I could have been lucky. Let's go ahead and investigate one more time. 3-2. How many -1s in the bag? Not bad. Ooh. Occultist. Now, I don't like this, but once again, I do not feel lucky. And if I'm not mistaken, lucky doesn't actually help me here, because I go down to -1. Lucky would only bring me up to 1. Fucking hell. Oh, it's true. You know what? That's true. More doom goes on the inescapable. So I just fail. Sad. We have one clue. A thumping, shuddering vibration in the ground tells Marion that something is coming towards them. Although what it is, she does not know. I'm going to have the inescapable hunt down, just because of how the winds may blow it away from me. Better than the other token. And then upkeep will draw me a card and gain me a resource. It's Hunter's Mark. I am ready to hunt this mofo. I should have also just pointed out that I now have a location next to me. Let's see what it says. Summit. The sprawling skyline is as beautiful as it is terrifying. When you would enter this location, if you do not control the Obsidian Claw, I wish I had controlled the Obsidian Claw, you must either spend a clue or test 2 agility, and if you fail, cancel the effects of the move. Yuck. All right, well, we're going to need a lot of clues then, aren't we? We're going to need a lot of clues. God damn it. All right. Ugh. Okay. Well, is it a test on Aurelia card? Does it make any sense? It does make sense. The alien tablet is acting as a kind of map. Oh yeah, I could go 5-2. Actually, 5-2 is not that bad. I could at least test it, and then I'd have to cancel the move. Well, I'm still going to get as many clues as possible, and then if I need to take one of these movements, I'll save my glyphs, or my alien tablet to see if it helps. Okay. Biscuit. I have ended my turn. I got 1 clue out of 3 investigations. It is the end of the round, which means we must pull a token from the Chaos bag for the wins. Thank you, Saren Zero. I do need some Wawa. Ah, delicious. And thank you, Saren. Hello and welcome to Doomed. We're pulling a token for the wins. It is not a symbol. Uh-oh.
Yes, Crosshair.
Sorry. Have you been playing the whole thing wrong? No. The winds do not sweep them off their feet. No. That is a good question, though. So it says here, if a gap between locations or open sky is created for any reason and not immediately filled via scenario card instructions. So I think it would be immediately filled because, right? Because, like, again, what's the point of moving everything if it doesn't then fill in the gap? Slide each car in that row once in the indicated direction. If instructed to slide cards in a row and there is a location in that row that cannot be moved, leave it in its place and skip it, moving the card that would enter its space into the nearest gap created. Yes. I don't know about that now. Horror abhors about... What? Hang on. Isn't it... What abhors a vacuum? Misery? Misery loves company. What abhors a vacuum? Anyway, no, that's super fair, Crosshair. That's super fair. Dolly. Ugh. Ugh. Okay, so no movement. So we go back to the mythos phase where we go to 4 out of 3 doom somehow, and we reset all doom. And we... Oh no, it's one of these! Oh no! Oh god, it's the raging gales! There is more to this storm than just bad weather. As gales howl around you, the alien landscape buckles and shifts before your very eyes, blurring your vision. When you regain nature abhors a vacuum. Thank you, Oseb. When you regain your vision, or when you regain focus, the skyline looks unfamiliar. If the current storm intensity is 6+, each surviving investigator is defeated and suffers 1 physical trauma. So that is bad. That is very bad. Otherwise, add a resource to current storm intensity. So we're up to 2, which is already a goddamn disaster. So skulls go down to -2. Oh my god. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until an enemy is discarded, and spawn it at the lead investigator's location. Saren is correct. My pets abhor a vacuum. Except the robot ones. They love that shit. What is this crap? If the current storm intensity is 3 or less, that enemy enters play exhausted and unengaged. So I can just beat it up. I'm not looking too hard, although I'm seeing some sick-ass art here. Ugh! A Night Gaunt. Ugh, it enters play exhausted and unengaged, which... This is from the core set. It's a faceless flying murder machine. They had no faces at all to smile with, but only a suggestive blankness where a face ought to be. It's a hunter, and it has a really cool effect that I thought was great in the core. While attempting to evade the Night Gaunt, you double the negative modifier of revealed chaos tokens. It says only evasion, so otherwise it's a 3/4, which tells me I am GTFOing. Hell. Oh my god, this is a disaster. Oh no. Just totally disinterested. Yeah, exactly. Spawn it exhausted, spawn it tuckered out, and disinterested. So my concern here is that we get defeated at 6 storm intensity, and I presume the scenario is only going to get harder. So I'm going to go ahead and draw an encounter card. Marion watches as a strange, human-like creature hovers overhead, looking for something. Oh. A Night Gaunt swoops down from the sky and grabs you with its clawed hands carrying you off into the night. Test agility 4. If you fail, take a damage and a horror. Disengage from each non-Night Gaunt enemy engaged with you. Move to a central location. I'm already on the central location. This is a fucking nightmare because this is the central location. So if I was like way over here, and if the game was like, oh, test agility 4, I would go, wow, all the way back here. it picks you up and dumps you in its hunting grounds. I am testing 3 agility versus 4. I don't want to commit anything, but I could be lucky. Let's go ahead and test 3 to 4. I am not lucky. Take a damage and a horror. Wahoo! What are they gonna do? Sew the pants off me? Oh my god, where are my pants? Okay, so I took a damage and a horror. The thing kind of swoops down and does not make a sound and is almost more frightening for its lack of noise. Back into the investigation phase. I need to get a move on. Because that's my mouse sound. That's my you like that? Oh, that Scott makes me so mad. Okay. What's the game plan here? The game plan is find the things. Okay. Which means, in fact, what I could do is get a clue here, spend a clue to reveal cards from the summit deck in this open sky, and then move there, and then maybe even move up and keep going to the central location. So that's the plan. The plan is crowbar, get me another clue. I'm testing 4 to 2. Okay, a success. We like to see success. I could then do it again, or I could just spend 2 clues. If I spend 3 clues, I feel like I'm already kind of... Yeah, I know, Crosshair, isn't it a nightmare? If I could get another clue, then potentially I could maybe just find the central the central spire and get the hell out of here. So I'm gonna test 3 to 2. Where I get concerned here is if I draw cultists, then I am going to not be able to do anything about it, and I'll be again at the witching hour. Quorotas! Hello! Welcome to Doomed. Wonderful to have you with us. Marion has found herself overlooking the city, the drowned city on this strange continent of Relia. She is unable to figure out a way forward yet. She's currently prying things out of the ground to try to get a bearing of like how the wind is shifting the geography of the city. There is a massive beast stomping towards her. There's a night gaunt hunting the crew, but at least it can't get her right now. And I think I'm going to do this again. I'm going to investigate 3 to 2. And I'm going to commit a determined to go 4 to 2. Okay, I didn't have to, but that's all right. We get a clue. Last action, I'm going to spend 2 of my 3 clues. Because I want to keep at least 1 clue just in case, right? Reveal X cards from the bottom of the summit deck. You may put 1 into play in an adjacent open sky and move to it. So, this is... Marion has sort of started to figure out the winds seem to buffet them back and forth and back and forth. West and east and north and south don't really mean much here in this place, but she can tell that there's a push and pull of the gales happening, and that the wind seems to be reorganizing the city because the city was never intended to, or was not currently intended to see the light of day. It lived far beneath the waves for so long, it doesn't know how to interact with the air above. But using that information, they can kind of watch as paths appear and reappear and kind of create timing for themselves. I'm going to go ahead and pull 2 cards out from the bottom of the summit deck. I get to look at them. Reveal them, sorry. Put 1 into play and move to it in this location here. So I'll put that there. Let's have a look. This summit is called the Hanging Ship. Yar! After you end your turn at this location, test agility X. X is the number of investigators at this location. Yeah, exactly. I live at the corner of Tentacle and Drown Street. Oh shit, sorry, it's a hurricane. It's Coral and Tentacle now. After you end your turn here, test agility X. X is the number of investigators. If you fail, put it back on the summit deck, which would knock me back to the central location and do me 2 damage. I can action spend a clue to move it into adjacent open sky. Now, that's only agility 1, and I would be in a decent position to try to succeed this. It's also a 2 shroud 4 clue location, and that's not bad. Let's have a look at the other location. The Obsidian Cliffs. Choose an adjacent open sky, test intellect 3. If you succeed, put the set-aside glyph orrery into play in the chosen open sky, placing that open sky on top of the summit deck. 4 shroud 1 clue victory 1, yes please. You go on top, you go on top, you go here, and we move to it. No place like home. And victory 1. Like, look at the art here. Like, this is... It's the miasma is like an ocean below, kind of like at low tide, lapping the bottoms of strange kind of like rock faces, right? Marion leads the crew north. Well, we shall see. We shall see, Flower. We have to do everything else first, and then we will not test. We will see what the winds of fate are. But yes, correct. It will blow to the right, to the east. And hopefully, this obsidian cliff will allow me... it won't allow me to test... Well, we'll see. It might allow me to... It only puts the set-aside glyph orrery into play in the chosen open sky area. Correct. Got it. That is... Yes, it's going to... Oh, hang on. We're going to see if the winds blow larboard. I'm gonna say... Oh, no, it would be starboard. Damn it. Is larboard left? And starboard is correct? Okay. That's the end of my turn. I'm already exhausted. In the enemy phase, the inescapable hunts. Oh god, it's hunting! It's getting closer! Upkeep, the night gaunt ready. It is, but I've also heard of the term larboard. And I really like it, because it sounds funny. Upkeep draws me a glimmer of hope. Guys, hang on. Oh, now I have to Google it, because I feel like I've heard the term larboard. Larboard! The archaic term for port. You're welcome. We say babbid. You're from Boston, Flower? Here in Arkham, we say babbid. Babbid's also what happens when you need to get your beard trimmed. I've lost my mind. Okay. Upkeep brings us a glimmer of hope. Just a little glimmer. Wish it brought me some fucking healing. We have a night gaunt close by. The inescapable hunting towards us. Yes. Yes. It is the end of the round, which means I have to see if the Necrous wind blows from the eastern skies. It does not. It's okay. That's okay. That's actually not so bad. 1 out of 3 doom. We draw an encounter card. Still behind you. Test agility 2. There are no copies in the victory display. If you fail and the inescapable is in play, it moves to my location and engages me. Well, I would like to not fail this. That's the ideal, so I'm going to go ahead and say that my glimmer of hope is that the inescapable cannot find me amidst the twisting, towering cliffs. I'm committing a glimmer of hope, which takes me up to 5 to 2. He is still behind me. He's right behind me, isn't he? He's still behind me. And yet. Okay. Few is right, Crosshair. I would love the victory point. I would love to choose an adjacent open sky and test Intellect 3 and succeed and put the set-aside Glyph Orrery into play, and then... Presumably the Glyph Orrery is a place, which I can move to. I guess I can't know that until I do it. Now, the issue here, of course, is that these are both intellect tests, and I am famously not that intellectual. Let us... Yeah, yes, because the test is on the Relia card. Yeah, get him, exactly. Get him up here. Like, get him here, and then be like... We'll see. Okay. I need to do the intellect test first. I'm going to do that first. Spend a secret. I get +2. Marion is leading the expedition further north. The cliffs, made of strange, twisted, carved obsidian, seem completely unnatural, almost made, crafted, but that can't be possible. They're too large to be crafted by any hands, even the massive beasts of this place, right? I'm going to test Intellect 3 and see if we can see something in the sky to the north. 5 to 3, sorry, I get +2 skill value. I can potentially... Oh, damn it. All right. Shot of olive oil coming in. That is unfortunate. Do I have to ban myself for 5 minutes? Crosshair, what's the punishment? Did I actually? I said it instead of correct, didn't I? What are you gonna do? Let's take this test first, and depending on how sad I am, I will determine the length of my short break. 5 to 3. That's quite bad. I'm gonna be lucky. I am lucky. I am a very lucky boy. So I go down to 1 intellect. Lucky pulls me back up to 3, which passes the test. And so I don't need to resolve the cultist. I resolve the effects of the test, and then I will use my reaction to draw a card and play another event, blah, blah, blah. Let us see what this Glyph Orrery is. Whoops, sorry. No, not this time, thank goodness. If this test fails, place a doom on the nearest enemy. Phew! What did it say? Place the open sky on top of the summit deck. Yeet. Let's have a look at this Glyph Orrery. Love the word orrery. Big fan. If it would leave play, set it aside out of play, or in the victory display if it has no clues on it. When you enter this location, if you do not control the Obsidian Claw, spend a clue or test agility 2. If you fail, cancel the effects of the move. Action, spend a clue, flip this card. Well, I need the clue. It's a very prowl word. Yep. You know what? Couldn't agree more. Crosshair, I couldn't agree more. Oh, I see. Yes. Okay, we've put it into play. I'm going to draw a card and play another event from my hand. No, I'm not. I don't have another event to play. I need money. That's what I need. Woody, tinny, orrery. Marion spies on the twisting cliffs. The paths seem to lead up and diverge, but then eventually reconverge at... What is it, a cave? The more she looks at it, the stranger the shape, until it resolves itself into a series of spinning towers. Almost an orrery. And she can see the paths lead and converge back at a doorway. Not a cave entrance, a doorway. I'm mid-investigation phase, but I am going to just save and take a moment. Let's all take a moment, shall we? Tin, bird, shiny. Tinny words. Wood, mahogany, plummet. Woody words. I like, this is very, what's that word for, like, when you have like you like sense different things. You sense things differently, right? Oh, is it actually? Oh, I've never heard of that. Woody words. I like that. I never heard that one. Yeah, there's a term for like when people kind of have their other senses get involved in something. Oh, thank you. Throw it on the cord, everybody. The Discord, that is. I'm going to be back in about 5 minutes. So far, Marion has been attacked and found her way up the cliffs and has now found her way to, and that's correct, Flower, Synthesia, that's right, and has now found her way towards an orrery. Perhaps this is what's been calling her all this time with its promise of strange alien knowledge. We're going to find out as we continue the investigation phase in just a couple of minutes. See you back on Doomed. The only reason, Flower, you did not hear boss music is because there was none. I am not going to gaslight you, my friend. Just getting myself some more thinking juice. Oh god, oh my god, my thinking juice nearly overfloweth my cup. This guy, oh my gosh. So I've been experiencing some hip and knee pain of late, which seems to be exacerbated by sitting for long periods of time. So I'm trying to take lots of stretch breaks. It's not the only thing that's helping, but we'll keep an eye on it. And I only say it so that you all pity me, and you all pity poor Marion. Look, Flower, the reason the thermos is more expensive than a gun is because it's one of those soups that has little flakes of gold in it, okay? What price? Luxury. You know? A 45, a 32 Colt, whatever, dime a dozen in certain parts of Massachusetts, apparently. Well, not a dime a dozen, 3 or 4 resources as as you count. But a thermos filled with gold flake soup? Also, ask Crosshair. Crosshair will know. Sorry. When Crosshair returns, we will ask Crosshair, why is the thermos so expensive? And I don't mean like game terms. I mean like literally. I also need to do that. There we go. Ah, my friends. Welcome back to Doomed. Wonderful to have you all with us. We have had one agenda flip because of the old cultist tokens, which is a disaster. That's right. I wish I had more luckies. I'll tell you that for free. Oh, I played lucky. And then I could have... I'm going to play Glimmer of Hope from my discard pile. No, I'm not actually. Sorry. I do want it, but I'm going to need the money for other things. And I'll play it later when I have more in the discard pile. Marion was unsure how to venture forth into this city and basically was trying to follow the sound of this strange soothing music and melody that she's been accustomed to. Made her way along some cliffs, the western edge of the city, and they seem to diverge and then reconverge at a series of spire-like towers that make an orrery. Now, things I would like to do. 1, get this victory point. 2, move to the orrery. 3, get this victory point. 4, spend a clue and flip this card, which will be a story card that probably unlocks a glyph. Because it's called Glyph Orrery. That looks kind of like an E, so I'm going to call it E. Now, is it possible for me to realistically get the clue on this location? I would be testing at evens. The cultists have been disastrous. Disastrous. I think what I'm going to do is leave this victory point for now, move on, and then if I can get a victory point, if I can get the victory point again later, I will, and if I can't, then I can't. I mean, that... Hashtag easy. Am I committing this Gret Wagner for a single intellect icon and this determined for a single wild icon? I'd be 2 up. 2 up is a decent place to be. There's no enemies at my location. Then, next turn, I would be testing on evens for the glyph orrery as well. Hello, the Crosshair. Excellent, thank you. I can't wait. Welcome back, Crosshair. We were just debating whether Marion should try to free the cliffs of all of their mysteries before moving on, and how much I want to how much I want to commit to that test, knowing that I'm going to need more to take on the glyph orrery as well. I think here's the other part of the equation, right? If I draw an elder thing, a tentacle, a little squiddy boy, then the inescapable hunt to my location, which would be bad. So I think what we're going to do, in fact, is move first. I'm going to come back for this victory point at some point if I can. And then we're currently still on the eastern... This isn't right. This isn't... Hang on. Think, Scott. Think. No, we haven't flipped back yet. We're still... I don't know why that was flipped. Yeah, western winds. The western gales howl with the fury of the cosmos. So it is currently... Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. This is currently what's happening. Which, honestly, I wouldn't be so mad at. It would push the inescapable away as well. that does sound about right, Flower. Yoy. Okay. So I wouldn't be mad about it happening. Oh, hang on. Reveal tokens from the Chaos Bag equal to the storm intensity. So all of a sudden, the storm intensity goes up, more likely. This is no bad thing. This is really no bad thing. It doesn't move multiple times. It's just more likely to happen. Graspy Loot, hello, welcome to Doomed. Marion had to figure out a way into and through the strange city that she's found herself kind of above. She got dive-bombed by a vampire and a night gaunt. She's managed to move up and beyond into an orrery of glyph orrery, like in a strange kind of almost science mystic kind of building. There's some victory points on the board that I can't get right now because I'm being hunted by a bunch of things. So I'd say, okay, I have 4 damage and 2 horror, which is less good. Now that I'm here at the orrery... Oh, sorry. I moved in, so I have to either spend a clue or test agility 2, and if you fail, cancel the effects of the move. So I'm going to spend a clue. Yeah, positive damn. Damn! As in damn! As opposed to damn. I wouldn't want you to be sad. Let us attempt to find out if the glyph orrery is... let us find out if the glyph orrery... what secrets it holds. I have 3 intellect, 4... Whoa, when I use the crowbar. 5 when I commit Gret. 6 when I commit Determined. I don't love it. I really don't love it. I'm going to need the other Gret in play ASAP. It's my last action. We're going 6 to 4. Damn it! I knew... Oh! Frustrating. The bag makeup is not that bad, Graspy Loot. Yeah, Flower... Tell me faster. If you have psychic powers, push them on faster. I'm just kidding. This is the bag makeup, Graspy Loot, and I will point out the cultists are -4. If you fail, place a doom on the nearest enemy. Well, exactly. That's why I went 2 up. I'm not gonna go 4 up on an intellect test. You fucking kidding me? That's sad. Okay. Enemy phase. The hunters hunt. The inescapable hunts here. The night gaunt also hunts here. Ooh! They've caught the scent of Marion and the crew at the Obsidian cliffs. Yeah, it's trying its best. True Awakening. I don't mind this one bit. This feels like a pretty decent card. Draw some cards, get the clue at my location. Maybe play another event. It is the end of the round, which means we must reveal 2 tokens from the Chaos Bag, and we hope for a symbol which will push the enemies away from us. Hopefully. I will reveal 2 tokens. A non-symbol token. Let us read the western winds. The western gales howl with the fury of the cosmos. Shuffle the rightmost open sky or summit location in rows 2 and... There's only row 2. Place it on top of the summit deck. Yeet. Slide each open sky and summit location once to the larboard. That's... Oh, no, sorry, starboard. That's right. And then the bottom card of the summit deck gets pooped out and placed here. Now, I think we're at a point where this might be the location I'm looking for. I don't want to go there. Maybe I do, actually. No, I don't. Let's not go nuts here, Flower. It's possible. And then we flip the winds back so they're now blowing from the east again. Which means I really need to get this clue. We go to 2 out of 3 Doom. Fucking hell, already. Already! Oh! And we draw an encounter card. Marion stares up at the strange blue well, she doesn't know what a hologram is, but the sort of wispy, not quite there nature of a projection. She doesn't know anything about astronomy, but she can tell that some of the planets that seem to be shown in this orrery are... they seem to be planets in the solar system. Perhaps this orrery is the creatures that live here. It's their way of, I don't know, it's their information about the place where we live. We draw an encounter. Oh, sorry, I should have sorry, I did not reveal a location, so this doesn't count. I drew a coral star spawn. This is a monster star spawn, elite, hunter, relentless, preys on me, victory 1. I think we killed this thing's mom in scenario 2. While it has damage on it, it gains alert and retaliate. Oh, that is a fun fact. It's the 3/5/3 that's really bugging me about this, because what I wanted to do this turn was grab the clue, flip this card, and then, you know, whatever. Okay, I have some options. That's a beefy boy. Well, Graspy Loot, so here's a 3/5/3. Here's a 3/4. Here's a 4/6. Fucking... Oh, this campaign, man. Well, it's true, Flower, it's true. I mean, I suppose that's the idea. That's what it wants to do. All right, we're beating up a star spawn. First, not an action. First thing, we shoot the hunters. Oh, sorry, let's talk story here. I should have done so already. Marion is staring up at these things, and then here's a snuffling behind her. She turns around expecting to see maybe, I don't know, Andy sniveling in fear. She tries to catch herself in that moment, realizing these are the companions that she's come along with. Why is she thinking of them so judgmentally? And then it's too late for any of that. Blocking their door is a hulking mound of flesh and blood. A creature, quite alien, quite unlike anything that she's ever seen before, sprouting strange coral off of it. Sprouting plants? Aquatic plants? It's dripping water, almost as if it just surfaced from the deep, but they're in the sky. How could it possibly have gotten there? The creature stares in at them. Marion braces herself, for she knows what she must do. I'm going to play Hunter's Mark, which is fast. Which then means, as my reaction, I can draw a card and play another event from my hand. I will play... Ooh, I could play 1-2 Punch, or I could play True Awakening. True Awakening will draw me cards and get this clue, which I like. 1-2 punch is something I actually have to play, though. So, in fact, I will. I will play 1-2 punch. From my hand. Yeah, well, I will draw at some point. Flower. Or Parasite. Or, any of the things I have. So I am fighting 4 combat, 5 from the Hunter's Mark, 6 from the 1-2 punch. Marion leaps into action, aiming to strike the beast down with the hunk of wood that she picked up back on the cliffs. Hoping to fend it off, drive it back to the sea from whence it came, or at least knock it off guard enough for someone in the party to help attack it as well. Correct. We are at 6-3. I will commit a vicious blow, which takes me up to 7. It is a cultist. My friends, it is a cultist. -4. We put 2 damage on this beefy boy. I've played my second event. 2 damage from the vicious blow, I should say. Oh, sorry, I'm still in the middle of resolving 1-2 punch. So this is Marion, as fast as lightning. She rushes towards it. Her hand seemingly scarred flesh as she presses her palm into the center of the creature's massive, where its forehead would be. It screams, and the smell of seared flesh fills the orrery. A mark of the hunter appears on the creature as Marion starts to hit it in the head over and over and over again. I succeeded, so I may fight again. I have 4 combat, 5 from the Hunter's Mark, 7 from my second 1-2 punch. It succeeds. I do 2 damage. I will deal it an additional damage by discarding Hunter's Mark. 5 damage. No actions. It goes in the victory display. The old 1-1 punch. Marion collapses down on... And now, the problem here, Flower, I will say, that mechanically speaking, the problem is I can't do that again. So I really, really, really need to make sure that these guys don't catch up with me. Which is a disaster. I actually don't know what I'm going to do, but we'll figure that out. She collapses down, panting and trying to make sense of what just happened. The rest of the expedition stares at her in horror as the creature's body slides and then tumbles over the edge of the cliffs, falling far below, landing perhaps not with a splash, but with a squish. I am going to second action. That was Crazy Town. Sorry, first action. Yay! Non-zero. I'm going to play True Awakening. True Awakening. Choose and resolve 2 of the following in any order. I will discover a clue at my location. What up? I will then probably heal a damage. I really want to get clues. I really want to draw cards, but there are 3 weaknesses in here. What would I be looking for? Money. More events. Money or Hallowed Mirror. No, I'm going to draw 2 cards, yeah. Oh, it's both of the things I wanted! Wow. Marion stands up, hefts her massive piece of what she's going to call driftwood, its end dripping with green ichor, and the soul inside of her comes alight as she begins to understand what the creature inside of her, this Gret Wagner, really wants. She's always known it wants to purify, it wants to kill, but perhaps more importantly, it wants to defend others. That was my first action. My second action is going to be to spend this clue and flip this card. A brilliant map of distant nebulae fills the room, bursting with color and light. A cerulean glob near the edge draws your attention. Staring at it fills your mind with the sharp, chittering alien language from Gret and the crash of waves. As you begin to mouth the strange language, a symbol glimmers in the cerulean sphere. Looking at it fills you with a deep yearning, an instinct to dive into deep underwater nests. Is this a word you learned, or an ancient primordial memory recalled? Again, I think this is Gret's knowledge of this alien language coming through. You discover this glyph. Wave. Flip this card back over to its location side. It cannot be flipped over again. So we're looking for the wave-like symbol, and we're going to write wave. I think wave is on the artifact as well. I'm going to check really quick, but I'm pretty sure, because that would make sense, right? It has the far symbol, wave, has the middle symbol, and then I think I don't have the one on the left. Which tells me that I'm probably never going to get it, but well, let's see. Dreams, wave, and then where's the last one? I don't have it for sure, but where is it? Is it this one? I can't remember what it is now. It's two little fishies swimming in opposite directions. It's this guy right here. Okay. So I have deciphered 2 of the 3, but that's okay. Marion gasps as she falls away from the orrery. Andy rushes over to her. What did you see? Wave. She manages to sputter out, and suddenly water pours for. So she spits up some water as well. Where did that? He looks at her like, holy shit, dude. Marion looks around, grits her teeth. That thing is dead, right? Yeah, it's dead, says Andy. It's gone. You were moving so fast. I couldn't believe it. Marion shakes her head, and again, a little bit of water dribbles out of her mouth. She can taste the salt in it. This is ocean water. And yet, somehow, she knows not what has happened. We are at... we have 1 action left. When the round ends, I will have to reveal symbols, and then I will have to potentially throw myself out of the orrery and back into the streets, which is scary because I take 2 direct damage if I do so. However, the other option is to move, and then I'm going to get hunted into by Night Gaunt and the Inescapable. Yeah, exactly. Oops, sorry. This is not here any longer. Instead, we've got these guys. And moving to the right similarly is quite scary as well. So I think we just stay. I'm going to take 2 damage. So I think we play Soothing Melody, and then next turn I'll be able to play Emergency Cash and maybe play something else. So yeah, because I don't have much else to set myself up. I mean, next turn, hopefully I can play Cash and then get some money. We're better to play Cash now so that I have money to do things like Dynamite Blast? No, because I want to play it next turn. I'm going to play Soothing Melody and heal 2 damage for myself because I think the damage is going to be more important. And then I draw a card, and it's Parasitic Transformation. That's fine. That's fine. Parasitic Transformation is a weakness, a curse, and a hazard. It's a hazard for sure. After an enemy engages you, place a doom on Parasitic Transformation. In a scenario where the agenda is only 3 doom long, that is very rude. But, as Flower will no doubt point out, if I can avoid engaging enemies until the 2 doom is on the agenda, then this doesn't do anything. So, Marion can feel something crawling beneath her skin, threatening to burst forth. Something in that coral creature was calling to it, I guess. we go to the enemy phase where hunters will hunt. I'm going to move both of these guys up. Oh, that is weird. Sorry, Graspy I don't think that's anything on my end. That is strange. But let me know, obviously, if there is anything happening here. I got no information about dropped frames. I think in Drowned City. Hunters hunt. In the enemy phase, or the upkeep phase, I ready all my stuff and draw another soothing melody. Perfect, Crosshair, thank you. It is now the end of the round, which means I must draw 2 tokens. And Drowned Frames. Classic. There's not much I can do about this, right? Yeah, it's a symbol. So, shuffle the leftmost locations in 1 and 3 and place them on top of the summit deck, or place them in the victory display if they have victory X and no clues, which I will do. Yeet. I move that investigator to a central location. And I take 2 direct damage, which I just healed. So, you know, that's that. Before I continue the I love it, Crosshair. Before we continue this process, yeah, it's true, Graspy. I don't know if you'd want to, though. I mean, maybe you do. All right, weigh in the chat. Is every scenario better with Olive McBride? Yes. I'm putting this out there. The part of what makes this card game the way that it is, part of its mechanical implementation of the theme. Big fan of Dario Elamine Flower. Is he good? What is good? Part of the way that the mechanics of the game implement the theme of the game is the Chaos Bag. A lot of games have a mechanic where it's like either skill values, draw cards, whatever. I'm playing Earthborn Rangers right now as well. Not right now, but I'm playing it at the moment. I'm playing a campaign, and it has a similar effect. You draw from the challenge deck. Challenge deck icons go from +1 to -2. But there's only a couple of -2s. They're very minimal. So your likelihood is 1-up is a great place to be. But you don't even need to be necessarily. You can just take tests and you'll probably be okay. 2-up, you will always succeed. Unless there's other effects going on. This game has a tentacle token by design. There are some things that fate does not want you to do in the story. This is my interpretation of the game. I'm not a designer, obviously. That's how I interpret it. And what I think Olive does very effectively, and there are other cards that do this as well, but Seal of the Seventh Sign costs 5 XP, stuff like that. Being able to dodge fate is obviously very tempting. From a mechanical standpoint, I think it reduces the difficulty curve of the game substantially. I think, and again, like that's definitely no bad thing. I think it has the ability, like, obviously, mechanically, I think, or thematically, Olive McBride is a witch, and so sometimes her spells backfire. So you draw your tokens, and you're like, oh, fuck, like, I have to resolve this, like, -6 between 2 tokens or whatever. Or, oh no, I had to resolve all these symbols, which are all bad things. Like, shit happens for sure. But I think my point is that I like how the game says, even if you think you've got it, you sometimes don't. And I understand that is deeply unsatisfying for certain, I'm going to say certain players, but like certain, like for many people, I think that's unsatisfying. We talk about this on RPG Clinic all the time too. The idea of like, when we're playing Changeling and being like, wait, I have more dice. Why did Sophia botch a performance roll? It's stupid. It doesn't make sense. Or whatever. Often flower, but not always. Yes, there you go. See, yeah, similarly, exactly, Graspy Loot, right? Like, the ability to be like, ooh, fate would want me to do this, but, like, I'm not gonna. You, like, defer fate a little while. It's a very cool implementation of what I think part of the theme of the game is. Man, this guy yaps. It's almost 1 o'clock. Here we go. I upkept. I got yeeted into the Relia streets. Slide each open sky and summit location once to the left. Whee! Oh god, they're still here. And then this one goes hup, hup, hup. And then we poop out some locations from the bottom, and we put them there. And then we're going to flip the card, which means, of course, we got to erase these guys and flip the card. My concern is that there are going to be multiple acts of this, and I am only on Act 1, and I'm already basically dead. Now, I could put more clues here, which is probably what I need, because I probably need clues. Have I drawn any Elder Signs or Tentacles? Did I draw a tentacle? At some point? Not sure. Yes, I have added the orrery to the victory display. And have I been looking at my revealed locations? Yes, I revealed this location and this location. The orrery came into play revealed, so it doesn't count. I'm furious. Okay. The enemies continue to be baffled by what happened to Marion. Oh, right, yeah. So right. As she kind of holds on to Andy, sputtering up this salt water, suddenly the ground beneath them, it does not open up to swallow them whole. It simply ceases to exist. The orrery disappears in a thought. The wind howls around them, and suddenly they find themselves falling and then landing crunch on the ground, back where they started in the Relia streets. Were we not supposed to see that, they wonder? But it is too painful to truly think about. We go to the mythos phase. Oh yeah, right. We go to 3 out of 3 doom. Let's remind ourselves what happens here. As the gales howl around you, the alien landscape buckles and shifts, blurring your vision. When you regain focus, the skyline looks unfamiliar. The current storm intensity is 6+. Fucking hell. So we go to 3 storm intensity. We discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until an enemy is discarded. It spawns at my location, but it enters play tuckered out and hungover, disinterested. And I'm let's have a look at this guy. A primeval terror. Sure. 2/2. Patrols to the nearest... Oh, this would actually have been... Oh, well, it's fine. Ugh. Ugh. What? Okay, sorry. I'll read it. It says 2/2 monster, primeval terror. Patrols to the nearest empty summit location. Well, there's going to be a lot of those. Cannot make attacks of opportunity. While engaged with this enemy, you may enter open sky as if it were a location, because you get on it and then you ride it into the open sky. If you defeat or disengage from this enemy while at open sky, you are defeated and suffer a physical trauma. So you can ride this horrible, like, anglerfish wormy thing into the sky, but then if you get off the Mr. Primeval Terror's wild ride, you fall down to your death. But if you don't, if you continue... What is that effect? It's fucked up is what it is, Graspy. So I think you can ride it into the sky if you want. But thankfully it spawns unengaged, because I also have Parasitic Transformation. I don't really want that. So, PvP! Okay, it's still the Mythos phase, which means I need to draw an encounter card. Someone pray for me, please. Acrophobia! I'm terrified. You shouldn't have looked down. I mean, we just fell down, right? Revelation. Test Willpower 1. This test gets +1 difficulty for each open sky adjacent to your location. None. For each point you fail by, you must either lose an action or take a horror. I'm just going to test this straight up. It's the bad stuff tokens that are really killing me here, but I think that's... I have to take it. I have to take it on the chin. Sure, fine. Lose an action or take a horror? Oh, horror me up, please. I need my actions like I need a whole... I need my actions like I need oxygen. I really need them. I need my actions like I need a ride out of here. I really need a ride out of here. Okay. Marion shudders and quakes as she looks down, and the ground seems to drop away beneath her for years and years. That's how long it would feel like to fall. So I just placed new locations on the end of each of these places, which might be where... Fuck. This is so nuts, dude. Like, how do I know where the central spire might be there? Right? How would I know? It might be there. It might be anywhere. I placed a new location here. Or sorry, I did. But I also placed new locations here. And I'm pretty sure that's one of the options. So I guess ideally I would check here and then move back to the cliffs. And then I would... Oh, Spyglass would be so good. And then I would move back to the cliffs and try to get the victory point. So, we're back around. I'd love to play some events, but I don't have time. I need clues. Or, sorry, I could just move into this summit, see what it is, spend a clue, or test agility 2. If you fail, cancel the effects of the move. Well, I have this alien tablet, which gives me +2 skill value. So I would be testing 5 to 2. That's not really good enough, is it? But then if I do succeed, I could maybe look what I found and scoop the clue off of the cliffs, which would be pretty good too. 3 up. Oh, sorry, my skulls are also -3s now. Just one more agility icon would be really good. I'm not committing Soothing Melody. I could cache and then grab a copy of Glimmer of Hope out of my discard pile and then commit it to be up far enough. No, we're just going to do it. Because we're just canceling the effect of the move, right? 5 to 2. Sorry, I have to actually spend the secret. Marion looks to the north once more as a strange alien creature crackling with lightning seems to be patrolling above her here. Flower, what do I do? She knows that was the way that she came, and yet it looks entirely different. I have to, if it is to be a tentacle, that is life, you know? +1? Okay. Okay. Move. Ah. The Western Athenium. Ugh. After you discover the last clue at this location, you discover this glyph. In your campaign log, record Elder Thing. Under burp, on the glyph record, this glyph has been translated. I have a plan. And what a plan it is to be. Oh, I don't have enough money! It's fine, it's fine. We're moving. This is the plan. Target fish bowls. Look what I found, level 2. It says, play after you fail a skill test by 3 or less. While investigating, discover 2 total clues from among your location and connecting locations. Which includes this one. So I will move again to this obsidian cliff. Last action, I will play an emergency cache. This gets me 3 resources. I'll use my reaction to draw a card, and then play another event from hand. My Soothing Melody, which heals 1 and 1, and draws me another card. Marion, again, motioning in a strange sense of deja vu. She sort of like motions towards her companions. She's like, come on, guys, it's this way for sure. And they find their way up to a strange sculpture, which of course was certainly not here before, even if the cliff path was. As she walks by it, it seems to hum and vibrate in her very soul, her ribcage, her heart, her whole torso, vibrating with the energy of whatever this thing is, this evil sculpture. And she continues past it, back to the cliffs. I'm really, really hoping next turn I'm gonna snag these 2 clues with look what I found. That's a good question. Because I could also take the... No, I can't take the test here. Yeah, it's a reaction on a location, so yes. I tend to agree with you. It's fine, Flower. It's fine, I just want the victory points, I don't care. I don't care about the glyphs. Can you imagine if at the end of the campaign they're like, if you've translated the following glyph, you have the possibility of winning. Fuck! Okay. Parasitic transformation does not scare me overly much. That was the end of the investigation phase. In the enemy phase, Hunters Hunt. I'm going to have the Hunters hunt east again as they try to find their way back towards Marion and the expedition crew to, I don't know, eat their bones. I will ready the Primeval Terror. I will upkeep. It is another copy of Hunter's Mark, and I now have a lot of money, which is great. I'm really not mad about that. Could even put down Gret. But then I can't use Look What I Found. So we'll see. Okay. Go to 1 out of 3. Oh, sorry. Before I do that, of course, we must reveal 3 tokens as the Western Gales howl with the fury of the cosmos. How could I possibly forget? I will reveal 3 tokens. They're 2 symbols. It's not for each symbol, right? It's if a non-symbol was real. Okay. We shove we remove this guy, we put him on top, we shove everything over 1, we drop a location off the bottom, which again, I have not been keeping track, so I'm actually not sure that might be the location I need, I don't know. I'm currently operating under the assumption that it's one of those 2. Man, I need more movement tech. Yeah, just ask, you know? I do like Scooter, I have to say. It's a good term for me. Term. Nickname? It doesn't matter. Marion holds fast to the cliffs as the winds pummel the expedition team, and then when she looks up, they seem to be much further away from that strange, lightning crackling alien creature than they were before, as if they have been pushed closer to their target. We draw an encounter card, still behind you. Very bad. Test agility 2. If you fail and the inescapable is in play, it comes to you. Well, that's terrible. How can I... Alright. Let's look. Hang on. Is this a... No, it's a scheme. Oh! Hold up. I revealed another location, so I get a no place like home. There we go. Okay. Am I committing Gret Wagner level 3, Look What I Found level 2, Sweeping Kick level 1, Hunter's Mark level 1? That's correct. The answer is none of these. I need them all. If I... Okay. Let's think about this for a second. If I fail, the inescapable will make its way to me. It's a 6 health enemy, but 2 of the still behind yous will be in the victory display. So I might get away with, you know, I might get away with it, and then I'll be able to, like, Hunter's Mark, Sweeping Kick, Dynamite Blast? I mean, I don't have the money for that. Be pretty dope, though. 6 health. I feel like Sweeping Kick would let me evade it, which is pretty good. Hunter's Mark would let me maybe defeat it. I'm going to need this for later. It's fast anyway. I'm not committing Gret. That's insane. And look what I found is going to give me 2 victory points. So I'm just taking this test. Pray for me. Well, okay. So -2. However, the first time each round an Elder Thing is revealed, ready it and resolve its Hunter keyword. And then I fail, so it will engage me. This is the first time it is revealed each round, so the Elder Thing triggers first. The Inescapable's effect. And then still behind you says it moves 1 location at a time to your location and engages you. I mean, the effect, I think, is the same anyway, right? Yeah. Token effects come before successful or whatever. After an enemy engages you, place a doom on parasitic transformation. Well, that's bad. Oh, I see. Neither of them say that it attacks, thankfully. So that's good. Because this just says it does not attack. So that's great. Thankfully. Now, unfortunately, of course, the parasitic transformation has been gathering steam as well. This is fucked. This is fucked, guys. Marion looks up, and lumbering along the cliffs is that beast that she's seen multiple times. It seems to be the same one, too. It's scarred in exactly the same way. And she realizes that it has either been ordered to come after them, or its purpose is to defeat all creatures here. I don't know. We're back. I am going to... The question is, am I going to Hunter's Mark and then just try to beat it up until it's dead? That feels like a lot of actions. I'm going to play Sweeping Kick. No, I am going to play Hunter's Mark. It's fast. And it stays attached to the enemy. And I think I'm going to probably fight it again at some point. It gives me a +1. I'm just going to do it. And then reaction, draw a card, play another event from hand, Sweeping Kick. Marion suddenly essentially blinks, and the geography shifts, and suddenly the beast is on top of them. It roars, it slams its clawed hands down into the ground. She steps between Andy and it and holds up her palm, which again has that strange cross-like symbol seared into it, and she just says, "Get the hell out of here. You're not going to get us today." I'm gonna Sweeping Kick. I have 4 combat, 5 with the Hunter's Mark, 8 because I'm adding my agility for Sweeping Kick. 2 damage, and I evade the attacked enemy. Okay. Now, that was no actions. Fantastic. First action, we're going to investigate my location. Oh, I need to double action discard the fucking parasitic transformation, too. But I'm not gonna... I don't want to remain at the location with the inescapable. That would be bad. How bad would it be? I have a couple options. She could try to force down the strange, growing, gnawing feeling of transformation inside of her. Or she could try to score some information about the location and then run from the inescapable. If I discard the parasitic transformation, I'm essentially gaining myself time because the round will not... we won't automatically advance. I think I just convinced myself. I have to double action discard here. But first, I want to investigate, just in case I accidentally... Oh, no, I've already drawn a Elder Thing token this round. That's okay. Yeah, I think that's the idea, Flower, yeah. It's... to maybe get 3. How dare you maybe? The real issue here, Flower, is I don't know what location I have to go to. It could be here, or here, or here, or possibly anywhere, because they all look the same, and I haven't really been tracking it that well. If it is any of those locations, there's more acts, and I presume that I'm just going to have to do this again and again. Let's score as many victory points as I can. I'm going to investigate my location at 3 to 4. Four to 4 with the crowbar. Okay, -2. Ha, sorry. I do want to fail. I did want to fail, but only by 3 or less. So I think I'm fucked. If there's an enemy at your location, reveal another token. God damn it. Okay. I failed by 4. So nothing happens. Or rather, we can't figure out exactly what we want to do. Let's just try to score as many victory points as we can. This is the play. This is the play. Yeah, I mean... Well, the issue is that I'm about to advance again, and that I lose once I get to 6. So my thought was getting rid of a Doom gives me a whole other round before... Because the other thing is, when I advance the agenda, I'm going to go to Storm Intensity 4, I'm going to spawn an enemy on me, not exhausted. Like, fucking hell. I've burnt so many cards, and I haven't done anything in this game yet! What a nightmare. Okay. No, worst case, we get stuck with some horrible enemies, but I grab a few victory points. That's the play. If I keep going... I mean, I'm still going to have enemies on me. Oh my god. No, we investigate again. Oh my god. 3 to 4. 3 to 4. I really want to play Look What I Found. To grab some agenda things. This is -3, so I'm still 4 on... Okay, so actually this is a really bad idea. I have now failed again by 4. If I had committed something to this test, I would have failed correctly. I'm furious. I mean, I'm definitely not, like, even advancing the act on this scenario, let alone... Right? So let's just go again. I'm going to commit Andy to go 5 to 4. Andy! Thanks, Andy. That was really helpful. I can draw an event from my deck. Get a clue for my location. Thanks, Andy. Okay, well, you know, that's fine, I guess. I don't... Oh, God. In the enemy phase, Hunters Hunt. Oh, the Hunting Night God is here. This is patrol to the nearest summit location. Empty. Thanks, Andy. In the upkeep phase, the inescapable readies, and I place a Doom on Parasitic Transformation, and then I upkeep, and then it is the end of the round, and we must. Yeah, I'm not gonna say misplay. I'm gonna say foolish play. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. We must reveal 3 tokens, and perhaps the Western Gales will howl again. It's a biscuit play, exactly. There's a symbol. So, this location leaves. This location leaves. They get shuffled and put on top. These locations all blow this way. These locations go this way. Okay. Okay. So I'm now back to where I started, because that's some open sky from, like, the first time I did this. Because there was no open sky in the deck at the beginning. So, I think that means that the location I'm looking for is either here or here. Those are my best guesses. Oh, and obviously the inescapable is engaged with me. But he's got a hunter's mark on him. Who's ready to kick some ass? I'm gonna throw some dynamite at my own feet and blow this guy to kingdom come. You know, actually, that's not the worst idea in the world. Okie dokie. Oh, yeah, me neither, Crosshair. Absolute nightmare. We go to 2, but actually 4. Doom. The parasitic transformation has somehow brought forth the winds even further. We add to the storm intensity. Boring. I mean, I kind of was doing so. I feel like, I mean, I could still do this, right? There were 4 locations on the bottom. Sorry, 5 on the bottom, and then it was in the top 3. So the question is, how many times did I add locations? And I guess I could figure that out. And perhaps I will. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until an enemy is discarded. Spawn it at my location. Well, there are definitely enemies left, so I'm hoping it's not too bad. That's pretty bad. Dynamite Blast is looking a lot more interesting to me now. Help! Help! Oh my god. Unbelievable. Okie dokie. The approaching storms are indeed horrific. I am also getting quite warm and I need to take a break. But first, we will resolve the mythos phase. Marion's found herself still at these obsidian cliffs. She looks back with not curiosity, but dread. Dread at the Athenium, that strange sculpture that was whispering and speaking to her. Crosshair Flower, I so agree. I mean, it's called the inescapable, but I was like, I didn't realize you could. I mean, the campaign log suggested, like, you could put it down. Should have done so earlier. We draw an encounter card, Corrosive Fog. Ooh. Test intellect or combat 4. Yeah, more player good. More player good, I would say. This is a multiplayer game after all. Doomed notwithstanding. If you fail, take a damage. If you fail by 3 or more, deal a direct damage to your investigator and each ally and item asset you control with health. Well, those are equivalent, so I'm just going to test 4 to 4. Do I want to commit anything? Hell no. 4 to 4. My man! No corrosive fog for me. The fog kind of drifts up from below as another creature swoops in to join the fray against Marion. Oh, sorry. I need to place 2 Doom? No, this guy was already engaged with me. This guy engaged with me. I place a Doom on Parasitic Transformation. I'm gonna fucking die. What a disaster. Bets in the chat right now. Am I going to get through Act 1 before I am defeated? Sorry, Act 1 of 3, by the way. I need to take a short break as well. It's starting to get a little warm. I want to get some more water and all that stuff. We're going to continue and see this through to the conclusion. Graspy loot, I can tell you, I am not. And I'll explain why if we don't get there, but we'll be back in just a couple of minutes here on Doomed. See you soon. Hello and welcome back to Doomed, solo playthroughs through Arkham Horror, the card game with a focus on roleplay and storytelling. Sorry to overwhelm you with the wall of text, Pupper's Dog, and also welcome, specifically. I think that's a great question, and one that is worth discussing. I think it's a particularly great discussion given the fact that this campaign that I knew nothing about and I'm playing blind with Marion Tavares has been going, I'd say, objectively not great. This has been a point of conversation on some of my favorite Arkham podcasts, Drawn to the Flame, and also sometimes on Mythos Busters. They talk about what does it mean to, like, win. Here on Doomed, to win a campaign, like, ideally you get the ending at the end of the campaign that says the investigators win. Ideally, right? But winning here, to me, is telling a great story. And that can 100% involve having an investigator killed in grand cosmic fashion. I actually quite like that, because it can be very cool. We've had some great campaigns here. Where it gets... what I think most people who play a lot of Arkham LCG would say, most people, and myself included most of the time, tend to say that a scenario has been successful if you get a resolution that you want, if you're not defeated, and if you get some or a lot of XP. XP is often optional, right? You have to clear locations or defeat enemies with victory points. I'm currently sitting, in this scenario, on 3 victory points, which is okay, honestly. Could be worse. Could be a lot worse. It has been a lot worse in this campaign. But I have a feeling I'm also going to be defeated pretty soon, so we'll have to see where we get to. Welcome back to Doomed, everybody. I'm thrilled to be here. Anyway, Pupper's Dog, can I also ask, if you are still in the chat, how did you find us? Or me, I guess. How did you find the channel? Through YouTube? Hello, Crosshair. There was a question, Crosshair, earlier in the chat about... Well, here, I'll just read it. How fair would you say Arkham Horror, the card game, is? Could a skilled player win 90% of the time on repeat scenarios? I gave a... You can probably see it back there, Crosshair. I gave a long, rambly answer. I think in the traditional sense of winning being the campaign says you win, the outcome that you want is a good resolution, you're not defeated, and you get some or lots of victory points. Yes, I'm with Graspy Loot as well. The Graspy Loot, it's the short answer. I agree with you. 100%. Fantastic, Pupper's Dog. Love that. Love that. Are you... So then you are indeed on the RPG Clinic Discord? You can join if you so desire. If you're not already, I should say. I then went on Graspy Loot to say... You may have already heard all of this yapping, because this guy loves to yap. But I went on to say that, like, on this channel in particular, winning is telling a great story, and that can often involve defeat. You know, telling a good story can involve getting defeated. Has Marion gotten pummeled, like, you know, a lot? Yeah. How dare you? How dare you? Well, you know what? Actually, Graspy Loot, thank you. I am now trilingual. Merci. English, French, and Japanese. Okay, I love it. We're back. We're back on Doomed. My parasitic transformation wants to burst forth. Horrible. The inescapable has 2 damage on it. It's got a hunter's mark attached, which we do like. And the hunting night gaunt is also here attempting to eat Marion's face with its facelessness. Doesn't make sense. Anyway. We're back around. What did I draw in the mythos phase? Did I? Yes, I drew the corrosive fog, and she just kind of shook it off, and she was like, no, I have things to kill. Oh, did this guy not hunt? Oh, he did, but then he got blown away. Right, I was going to calculate. I've definitely been through at least 8 locations. I mean, that is true. Crosshair, I'm with you. Like, Dark Matter for me was perfect. At the very end of Dark Matter, this is not a spoiler because it's the theme of the fucking game. Even if you win, and I'm not going to say what that is, but, like, even if you win the campaign on Dark Matter, there's an epilogue where it's like, over time, entropy overtakes the universe. Can't defeat that. Can't fuck entropy. Can't fuck entropy. Woof. Now that's a sentence. Okay. What I wanted to do was quickly calculate how many... I've been through at least 8 locations because I just drew a open sky, and that was not in the deck to begin. So, how many locations have I been through? 1, 2, 3. Oh, let's... Yes, Graspy is correct. That's not in the spirit of dating everything. Let's... How would I know... Okay, well, all of the empty sky has been moved off, right? So there was empty sky here to start, and it's moved 1, 2, 3, 4 times? Is that possible? Well, I mean, OSAD, he did. Although I will say, spoilers for Exaltwitch Nexus, I don't think we had sex with Entropy. Any of us. We didn't even flirt with him. Is that correct? Did I? No, there was empty sky here because I moved into it and it was the cliffs. Is that right? Yes. Then there was empty sky there. Okay. So let's make sure this makes sense. I definitely... These moved, so that would have been 1, 2. There was empty sky there and I moved into it. There was empty sky here and I moved into it. Okay. But like, well, okay, let's just do it this way, right? How many times have the winds blown? I mean, way more than 4. Yeah, it was early days, Grassbealer. It doesn't strike, I mean, he was a villain, but like, it doesn't strike me like what we normally do. Okay. This location probably would have been, like, here to start. 1, 2. For sure these have happened at least twice. I guess my question is, how many times have the winds blown? Yeah, that sounds right, Crosshair. So I'm going to say here and here. And probably not there. Well, you can't... Except that I've been adding Doom, and so it kind of triggered the agenda a couple of times early, right? It's not necessarily just 1 per round. And it's kind of at random. All right, we're back around. I'm going to assume it's here, and I'm just going to go for it. So bad. Okay. However, first we've got bigger fish to fry. The fish are the Elder Things. The Star Spawn. Let's absolutely get it destroyed here. If I Dynamite Blast at my own feet, I take 3 damage. I deal 3 damage to the Night Gaunt and the Inescapable. If I then attack the Inescapable, I can defeat it. And then 1 action for the Night Gaunt, defeat it. Double action, discard the Parasitic Transformation. Yes. Fast. Dynamite Blast at my feet. Marion reaches back with her massive driftwood club when suddenly Ruby Standish yells, "Get down!" and hurls a massive stick of dynamite towards the Night Gaunt that is swooping in from above. 3 damage. I'm not happy about it, but I'm doing it. Oops. Just the 3. Then, reaction, draw a card, play another event from my hand. I have a toe-to-toe. I don't want to play toe-to-toe. I'm going to play clean him out instead. I'm going to fight... The Hunting Night Gaunt? No, I'm going to fight... Yeah, I'm going to fight the Inescapable. Oh, hang on. When damage is dealt! Crosshair. Good shout, buddy. I thought it was from a fight action. Holy shpramola! The Dynamite Blast throws the Inescapable off a cliff. The creature roars as it topples off of the cliffs and down into the abyss. Reaction, draw a card, play an event from hand. The event is clean him out. I'm going to try fighting the Night Gaunt. 4-3, which is not great, but I do have a crowbar still in hand, which I think I'll use if I need to. Do I want to just try 1 up? It's all terrible. Reveal another token. Okay. We fail. That's okay. That's okay. That's fine. We've gained 2 resources. First action. First real action of the turn. Marion can see that the thing has landed on the ground, its wings crippled, as the massive beast topples off the cliff. She runs at it, hefting her, not a crowbar, piece of driftwood. I'm fighting at 6 to 3, and I will commit Toad. I'm not playing Gret. I want to, but I'm not. It's not going to happen. Do I commit her here? 6 to 3 is 3 up. The skulls are all -4s now. I have to be 1 up. Yeah, I commit toe to toe. Double action, discard, parasitic transformation. She slams it in the side of the head, and it goes flying off of the cliff in the same direction that the beast did. A better round. I have also been killing things. This is good. We like this. She takes a deep breath. Did we flip? We did. What was the last thing I did? I moved these rows. Yeah, okay. So we're still, this is correct. We're now on this one. Marion looks north, south, east, west, back at that strange sculpture that fills her with so much dread. Where do I go? What do I do? I am going to have the Hunting Knight Gaunt hunt east towards me. Upkeep draws me a 21 or bust. We like money. I'm really not mad at that, actually. We go to 1 out of 3 doom. Marion's position is secured along with the expedition team on top of the cliffs. Ah, thank you, Crosshair, yes. No, I'll place the doom before I forget. But then, yes, we'll do this first. Ah, the Western Gales. How? I have to reveal 4 tokens. So for sure we're getting some wind. Oh, yeah, okay, there we go. And I'm going to move this whole row. I think this was an original location, so I think we're okay. Put another location there. We will flip the card. Okay. Marion again looking sort of like up, down, side to side. Her position is secured with the expedition team. They're safe. But where do they go? Where did that central spire go? That massive central pillars. Well, this is why I'm concerned, Crosshair. I'm concerned because of something I saw in the campaign guide and because of that terminology. Yeah. We go to 1 out of 3 doom and we draw an encounter card. Eye of the Deep. Put it into play in your threat area. Actually, this is not that bad. This is not that bad. This is treat each cultist and tablet you reveal during a skill test as if it were an Elder Thing instead. And action test willpower 3. If you succeed, discard Eye of the Deep. This is actually good news, I think, because the cultists are worse than the Elder Things. You know what? Just cancel it. It's not possible for it to be better. The Eye of the Deep is upon us. So I will say the Elder Thing is very bad when the Inescapable is in play. And also, if there's an enemy at my location, it's probably bad. But cultist -4, place a doom on the nearest enemy? Way worse. Way worse. Okay. We're here. We've got clues. We have a clue. I shouldn't say we have clues. We have a clue. I would like to go find some locations. Do I play events? There are 2 weaknesses still in my deck. I do not want them, but I do want the money for Gret. But I think what we do is we move first. We move so that we are out of the way of the Hunting Knight Gaunt. We're going to move down to the summit. And I'll spend the clue. Yes, correct, Crosshair. What does it mean? The dazzling skyline. After you reveal it, take a horror. Well, Fuck, man. What the hell? Ow, ow! Action. Spend 1 to 3 clues. For each clue spent, reveal the bottom 3 cards of the summit deck. You may place those cards on either the top or the bottom in any order. Well, that doesn't help me. It really doesn't help me, actually. Because I'm pretty sure the thing I'm looking for is not in the deck here. Oh, but I did reveal a new location. Up is left. Oh, of course. I should have known. Let us investigate this location at 4 to 1. Whoa! I should do that more often. Elder Sign. We look at the top 3 cards of my deck. We draw an event and put it in my hand. Oh my god, it's 3 events and they're amazing. I'm keeping I've Had Worse because I'm almost dead. Also, have I seen all copies of Soothing Melody? Yes. Of course. Okay, we get the clue. And we're going to continue moving. Because I don't have time, you see. I have no time. I will move, and I will spend the clue, and I'm hoping that this is... Central Spire? If each surviving investigator is at Central Spire, advance. It is a terrible day to be a doubter. It is a great day for the believers. I have advanced the act. At the tower's apex, you see Relia in total. Some ancient calamity leveled the city, sending a shockwave so strong that the twisted spires are bent like blades of grass. What could have caused such great destruction? Marion lets out a scream of joy, even knowing that there are creatures that wish her demise. They have found that they have simply just walking through the, like, from top to top along these skyscraper buildings. She's suddenly there, looming in front of them. The Central Spire. Okay. That's the end of the round, or the end of my turn, but I'm still going to read this first. So, okay. Remove Relia Streets from the game, ignoring its text box. Well, that makes sense. Shuffle each open sky and summit location in play, except for Central Spire, into the summit deck. Each card and token at those locations is discarded. Okay. I'm concerned because that's a lot of open sky and summit locations. Shuffle them into the summit deck. Oh boy. Okay. No! What about Obsidian Cliffs? Wait. What if it has victory on it? No! Yeah, I think so. I'm hoping, Crosshair, that would be really good. Shuffle each open sky and summit location in play, except for Central Spire, into the summit deck. They're all summits. This Eastern Winds says, put them in the victory display. But does this say the same? It does not. How shitty is that, though? Right? That cards removed from the game, if they have victory, would then not, like, you would lose the victory point? I want this to work, guys. Because here's the thing. This Western Athenium still has a clue on it. I think so, too. Fuck it, I'm doing it. I'm putting it in the victory display. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This goes back in. This also goes back in, and this goes here. We shuffle them. We put them in the fucking massive summit deck. Don't like that mechanic. Yeah. Shuffle each open sky and summit location in play, except for the Central Spire, into the summit deck. Each card and token at those location is discarded. Shuffled. Put 5 of the set-aside open sky cards into play, as shown in the Act 2 location placement. This is what I meant, Graspy Loot. I was like, man, I'm so far into the campaign, or the scenario, I'm only in Act 1. It's because the remaining acts are also make a new map and find a new thing. Which is crazy. Okay. Okay. So 5 of the set-aside open sky cards go in play. Fill each remaining row and column above, below, and to the right of the central spire with the bottom card of the summit deck until there are 3 rows and 5 columns. Okay. It's happening. It's happening. Okay, the central spire is up here. Whee! Okay. Blah. Oh my god. Alright. There. I'm just doing it as best I can. There. There. Oh my god. Oh, hang on. Actually, I need to... all the way at the end. All the way at the end. Is this right? I think so. This is Act 2. I'll tell everyone as well. Look at this. This is Act 3. We fucked. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 open skies. We've done it. The Mad Lads have done it. Fill each remaining row and column above, below, and to the right of the central spire with the bottom card of the summit deck. You can't lose to the doubters now! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't remember how many cards it is. And then I'll... oh god. No, hang on. I have to do this slightly differently. Above. To the right. Okay, yeah, we're filling in... I'm just doing it at random, but I'm filling it in, like... because there's now open sky in this deck as well, like, I need to make sure that I don't mess it up entirely. That goes there. Whoop. That goes there. That goes there. Fucking hell. Okay. That's a lot of open sky. Okay. Woo! Shuffle the set-aside Floating Spire and Aerial Waterfall into the top 3 cards of the Summit deck. Well, the Summit deck currently has Open Sky on top, so... Aerial Waterfall and... what did I say? Floating Spire? There they are. Okay. They are in the top 3. There are 7 cards under it. Okay, guys? We're doing it this way. Yeah. English, man. Okay. I mean, it's weird, right? Because, yeah, anyway, whatever. Act 2A, Deadly Skies. Well, okay, so we've made our way to the central spire, and now Marion turns around, and suddenly there is even more city sort of, like, blasted out towards the east. A distant waterfall and gravity-defying spire beckon you onward. Action, spend X clues, reveal X cards from the bottom of the summit deck, put 1 revealed location into play in an adjacent open sky, and move to it. If each surviving investigator is at Floating Spire, advance. Well, okay, now I know what I need to do, which is get clues and find that spire. Find that spire! Was that the end of the round? Yes. No enemies. You love to see it. Upkeep brings us an enemy. Classic. Do I have a location? Oh, I was going to say, do I have a location to put it at? And I do. But... so it spawns at any connecting location. There is a connecting location, and there's only one, so I have to spawn it there. It is the end of the round. I must reveal 4 tokens, and then we will have the winds blow from the east towards the west, and a bunch of shit's gonna get moved around immediately, probably. 1, 2, 3, 4. All symbols all the time, baby! Okay. Shuffle the leftmost... oh my god, this is huge. Hang on, this is actually huge. Shuffle the leftmost open sky / summit locations in rows 1 and 3. Place them on top of the summit deck. Each enemy is discarded. The lurker in the dark cannot lurk in the light. For those people who are still paying attention and watching to the stream, I'm particularly excited about this. Marion's lurker in the dark has been... This is the creature that took her arm and almost took her friend's life. And she destroyed it with dynamite in the caves below, and then it came back and started hunting her again up the spire. And it has now found her in the city, but she watches as the wind knocks it down and out. Yep, Sappho and her friend, that's right. Okay, so I am keeping track. 1, 2. These go on top. I haven't moved anything from the bottom yet. Slide each open sky and summit from 1 and 3, once to the left. And then we take 1, 2 cards from the bottom and we put them on the right-hand edge. And then we flip the card and we make a note that it is this one that will be moving next round, or next time. There are now 5 cards under. I'm also just going to make a note here. 5 cards under, 3 shuffled. This is good because if I have enough clues, I can just kind of go hunting for the location I want. Yeah, hell yeah, we're doing it! We go to 2 out of 3 Doom. I actually think we're in big trouble. But that's okay, we'll figure it out. We go to 2 out of 3 Doom. Marion watches as the strange, many-mouthed creature that she knows to be the thing that took her arm is blown head over tail, head over end, I guess, off into the distance. And she watches with a strange sense of satisfaction as she realizes that the winds of this strange alien continent do not play favorites. They are equally devastating to everyone. We draw an encounter card. Elder Mist. Attach it to my location. We each, I get -1 to all of my stats, and if I succeed by 2 or more, I can discard it. Now, clues. Clues are good, and getting rid of more locations is good, because we know that we want to find a specific location, but we don't have a ton of time. The strange kind of choking mist creeps up once more, but this is not caustic. It simply, I don't know, swirls about her feet, almost as if it were alive, almost as if it had a message for her, and she feels herself becoming drained, tired. What I'm really concerned about is my health. Okay, I have a couple options here. I could try to make some money and play Gret. I could try to fail an investigation test, look what I found, and grab 2 clues, which would be good. And then go from there. If I take damage, I can make money and play Gret. So I think we're going to investigate my location. My crowbar brings me to 3 investigating this location, which is a little rough, but it is what it is. We're just going to have to do our best here. Did I reveal another location? I haven't yet. But no place like home's looking good, guys. Ah, of course. Yes, of course, Crosshair, of course. If you gotta go, you gotta go. I get it. This will be uploaded on YouTube, and it's been about 3 hours, right? So you can skip 3 hours in and then go from there. I'll cut out the breaks, but, you know. I failed my investigation. But look what I found. I'm going to discover 2 clues. And then I did not succeed by 2 or more. Which means reaction, draw a card, play another event, which I will definitely do. Draw another card. Hopefully not my weakness, thank goodness. Play another event. 21 or bust. We're looking for money. Marion cannot, for the life of her, figure out how to navigate this city. The alien tablet that she holds, she thought it would sort of glow or interact with the environment, but it does not. The central spire may seem to be the central location. It may seem to be the center of this land, but its constantly shifting geography does not help us at all. Hello, Aragwen. Welcome to Doomed. We're, I think, 3 hours in, and things are wild. Aragwen, I'll give you the Cole's notes here. The story is that Marion is now on the surface of the alien continent of Relia. She is trekking across the top of the city, the strange spires. She found herself confronted by enemies. She found herself in an orrery. She found herself destroying and defeating enemies, including the massive beast known as the Inescapable. She threw some dynamite at it and it fell off a cliff. And now she is simply trying to find her way home, on, I would say. Her way on to the floating spire, which may have certain effects. There are massive winds blowing as well, strange gusts of eldritch winds which move the geography of the city around, probably because the city was never meant to see the light of day, or at least not this kind of day. I investigated, I failed, I played Look What I Found, I got some clues. I'm going to play 21 or bust, which means we're gambling for money. Hit me, if that all makes sense, Aragwen, then you're smarter than me, but let me know what you think. I'm playing blackjack, basically. That is going to be 13, 18, okay, 3, 8, 18. If I draw a symbol, I will be bust, so actually I'm just going to take the 4 resources. Okay. Okay. So, I can use the ability on the act to reveal cards from the bottom of the summit deck and put one into play and move to it. But I would rather that the locations keep getting blown about so that we remove cards from the summit deck until I know where I'm going. And then I'll know approximately where I think I need to go. Second action. Let's move down. Let's move down and spend the clue to move. Suspended Reef. Moving south this time because that is where her intuition brings her. I got all my stats back. Marion finds herself on top of a coral reef, much like the star spawn that she absolutely annihilated earlier. Oh man. After you end your turn at this location, either discard a card at random from your hand or take a damage. During your turn, spend a clue, choose an enemy at a summit location up to 3 connections away, swap places with the chosen enemy. Well, that would be awesome if I could use the reef to run across, but there are no enemies. So I think I actually just want to continue. Thinking perhaps that I can... Oh, I revealed the location. I'd rather not discard a card at random or... Yeah, I'd rather not discard a card at random. So I could take a damage, but that's getting very dangerous. So I think I'll just move on, and I'll spend the clue to move this way. Because I either have to spend a clue or test agility. Oh, it's Dazzling Skyline again! Blah! After you reveal it, take a horror. Ah! It's so dazzling! Oh, baby. I can spend clues to reveal cards from the summit deck. That's great. Okay. Marion treks across the reef eastward. The skyline here is open, allowing her to see the strange jagged peaks. And off somewhere in the distance, it's hard to see because of the blazing sun, but she can maybe make out a corner of a platform that sits heavily in the sky. The music calls to her. That is perhaps where she needs to go. There are no ready enemies, so we can go to upkeep. I'll do it myself. Marion. Oh, man, this actually sucks. This sucks. I need to just discard the events from my hand, I think. Is there a player window here? There is not. There will be one after the mythos phase. And I get another trigger off No Place Like Home. Marion can see the tower, and while it feels a million miles away, she once again grits her teeth and just thinks to herself, well, if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be me. I am going to be the one who's making sure that this does not destroy me and this party. At the end of the round, I have to reveal 4 tokens to see if the western winds howl with the fury of the cosmos. They have never failed to howl. There they are. There's symbol tokens here. So I will move. This gets removed from the game. Well, sorry, it gets put back on the summit deck. Everything moves. And then we take a card from there. There are now, that's right, 4 cards underneath. This is great news. Ergwin, how are you today? I started the normal time for a Saturday, but I understand it's a work day for most people. Being one of them filthy actor types, I am not working today. Liz is, because Liz is a more professional actor than I am. I chose not to work today. And tomorrow, as mentioned on stream yesterday, tomorrow is Canada Day, Confederation Day, the day that we celebrate the Confederation of Canada, July 1st. I live in a province that is got a weird relationship with the rest of the country. I mean, don't we all? But, like, Canada Day is not such a big deal in Quebec. It's a federal holiday, so we take it off as well. Well, Graspy Loot, vicious to be sure, but not incorrect either. Not incorrect. She's definitely employable. We go to 3... I'm not going to make it. We go to 3 out of 3 Doom, which means we flip the encounter deck, or the agenda. There is more to this storm than just the bad weather. OSAB is correct, yes, thank you. Exactly 7 days before Canada Day, there is a Quebec holiday, known as Jean-Baptiste. Journée la Jean-Baptiste, or whatever. Actually, I don't know what it's called in French. Which is Quebec's sort of like provincial equivalent. Which, Osab, I mean, you can speak to this, I'm sure. There is probably some sort of historical reason why it's exactly 1 week before Canada Day. But realistically, it means that Quebec employees can take 2 4-day weeks in a row, or 2 3-day weekends in a row, which we do like. The gales howl around you, the alien landscape buckles and shifts before your very eyes, blurring your vision. When you regain focus, the skyline looks unfamiliar. The storm intensity is not 6+, so I am not defeated yet. We discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until an enemy is discarded. We spawn it at my location. It is not exhausted or unengaged. Let's hope there are no enemies left in the encounter deck. That would actually be huge for me, but I think there are. In fact, I'm pretty sure there are, because I think there's another star spawn in here. Yep, here it is. Uh-oh. The monstrous star spawn. 2/6/2. Preys on the highest combat. Victory 1. I like that. Hunter Massive Relentless. So I gotta get out of here. When you reveal an Elder Thing token while fighting or evading this enemy, heal a damage from it. Okay, so it's gonna... Oh, you know what? That probably makes more sense, Osab, honestly. Because I feel like otherwise, there would be a lot of people who are like, hey, why does Quebec get some extra holidays? Try having an Independence Day in your own province, huh? I don't need to be like that. It's fine. Massive Beast. Okay, so as Marion looks towards the floating platform further to the east, she can feel something breathing down her neck. She turns around, another monstrous enemy, much like the Inescapable, in fact, clawing its way up from the reef, up from the oceans beneath. Again, this is a 2/6/2. Yes, there you go. There you go, Graspy Loot. See, same, kind of. I'm concerned about my ability to survive this, but we're going to do our best. It is the mythos phase. I advanced the agenda, so I drew an enemy. So now I have to draw an encounter card. And then I will have a free trigger window to discard. I'll do it myself. Oh my god, it's another enemy. That's bad. This also has victory. But of course I have no damage left because I've gotten rid of everything. This is also a relentless hunter abomination, the star vampire. It seems to be feeding on the blood of people. Well, I would be Graspy Loot. 5 health, 6 health. So I will say, if I was playing a guardian like Mark, maybe, who has like just infinite guns or like a bunch of ammo or whatever, I might be in a position to defeat these enemies because I'm running, well, crowbar, which is maybe silly, but also a bunch of events. I've burnt all of them. Like, they're all gone, you know what I mean? So I'm not... Who's got 2 hands? Marion can't hold a... As per Arkham DB and as per the wisdom of the community, perhaps a better thing would have been Book of War, 1-2 punch level 5, where you just keep repeating it. That's a 5 damage hit. So that actually is absolutely destroying enemies left and right. But of course, that's not my style. I don't like efficiency. I like theme and flavor. Nom 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 nom. Okay, free trigger. Discard 3 events from my hand. Get rid of I'll do it myself. Well, hang on. Do I care? Yes, I do, because I will have more events to play, no doubt. No doubt. Well, it looks like we're evading 2 enemies. Yeah, it looks like we're going to evade a couple enemies. They're both equally dangerous. Now the real issue is I won't... Oh, I could move! I can move back to the central spire. So... Yeah, because I'm not... I mean, if I had, like, a sweeping kick, it'd be pretty good. If I draw an Elder Sign here and draw an event, and it's, like, sweeping kick or something... Oh, I've already used sweeping kick. Okay. Are you winning, son? Hi, Flower. We got to Act 2, Flower. It's a great day to be a believer. Unfortunately, it's also a great day to be a doubter, because we've just drawn 2 magical enemies. So, yes, Graspy Loot. I did not mulligan into her. I got the level 0 copy early, but I didn't have the money. And now I have the money, but, like, I'm probably not playing her. I mean, probably. Probably not yet. My plan is evade, move to Central Spire. Am I going to evade 1 up both times? Well, 2 up, I guess. It's been rough, Flower, but we're okay. We're okay. He hasn't got a clue. My man. I mean, gender-neutral man, obviously, everyone. Let's at least evade the Star Vampire, right? 3 to 1? 3, 2, 1. Evaded. Not mad about that. Really not mad about that. Okay. Live fast, die young, get me some victory points. I think I have 3 victory points. It's not that much. Second action. Do I commit Gret for a single wild icon? No. Problem is I'm now basically stuck in this pattern, right? Yeah, because 2 up is better than 1 up, right? Skulls are -5. Elder things are -2, but draw another token. It does take 2 things out of the bag. Because I need to evade it so I can move away. Do they hunt? They both hunt, so I'm just going to have to be running at this point. But then they'll maybe get blown away. I'm not mad about that. So yeah, I really do need to get out of here. Fucking hell. I also need the soak on Gret. I really need it. But, like, if I don't commit it, then I'm... It only takes 2 tokens out of the bag. I'm not going to do it, Flower. I'm just going to test 3 to 2. If it's a minus... Okay, it's not. Oh, sorry. This is, in fact, another... If there is another enemy... Sorry. Eye of the Deep says, treat the cultists as if they were an elder thing. So, in fact, it's -2, draw another token. But actually, it's much worse because this is... Oh, no, it's heal a damage from it. I don't take a damage. So it's -2, reveal another token. Fail. Last action. Now I need to evade it. Alright, well, I'm going to succeed anyway. Weirdly enough, Flower, yeah, I was kind of commenting to Crosshair, who had to duck out. Eye of the Deep actually helps me here, because cultists are so much worse than elder things. -2, reveal another token. I mean, I don't really want to just get stuck here forever, but I get... It's now the last action, so I think... I'm just going to evade again, 3-2. Well, true. If I had any tablets... Whoa! 3-2? Fucking else. This is -2, reveal another token. -2, reveal another token. -2. Okay, alright. Well, it's goddamn. Is it? Okay, it's not. Enemy phase. I take a damage and a horror. My friends, is this it? I don't even have a I'm not even done No Place Like Home! In the upkeep phase, I ready Star Vampire. I draw a Bound for the Horizon, which has 2 agility icons on it. And we go to the end of the round where I have to reveal 5 tokens. Which will absolutely... Sorry, not necessarily. There's a symbol. Things get blown from the first and third rows. So this and this go on top. Everything else gets moved to the left. And then 2 more cards from the summit deck get placed here and here. Which means I'm nowhere near able to do this. But there's now only 2 cards under the shuffled things. Definitely, the first 2 rounds I got absolutely destroyed by Doom. But there we go. I think if I can get out of here, I'll be very happy. If nuts, we go to 1 out of 3 Doom. We draw an encounter card. Oh, hang on. Cannot make attacks of opportunity. While engaged with this enemy, you may enter open sky as if it were a location. If you defeat or disengage from this enemy while at open sky, you are defeated and suffer a physical trauma. This is now it. The strange electrical anglerfish thing is back. It can't make attacks of opportunity, but I also will... I now have 3 enemies to evade or defeat. Which is not... Well, I could just evade, and succeed, and then I'm just stuck here forever until I get a damage card. There's no resign option or anything, so I think we're going to be taking physical trauma. Yeah, actually, Flower, yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, because they have victory points, right? Oh! Man, I should have known I would have been in trouble. Astro Boy, I don't disagree with you. Also, hello and welcome to Doomed. I don't know how long you've been lurking, but I'm thrilled that you're here. This is not a good position to be in. Man, and they almost made it to Act 3. All right. Let's see. If I still had... I've had worse. I could maybe survive a hit, but obviously I don't. So, I think my best... possibility is evade. I get another Doom. I get closer to 6. I will get defeated by physical trauma. What am I at? 3-2? God. If I had been able to play Gret earlier, this might have been a different story. Although I've been defeating some enemies. If I had played Bound earlier, I might have been able to move as well. All right. This is the life of a trawler. This is the life of a guardian who is at the end of her rope. This is it. We go 3-1 against the Star Vampire to evade it. It's evaded. Fantastic. We go... I agree with that, Flower. We go 5-2 against the Star Spawn, evading it. Fantastic. A lot of evasion. And if I could move somewhere, I would... Did I flip this card? Should have. Doesn't really matter, does it? Yeah, I think the first 3, like, getting up to 4 Storm went way too fast. I should have had more time. Last action, we will evade the Primeval Terror because I will... Oh! No! I'm going to play Gret. It doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity. I gain an agility in a combat. And then in the enemy phase, Gret takes 2 damage. We're alive. We're still alive. I don't know how, but we're still alive. So in the enemy phase, it takes 2 damage. Upkeep, we ready the Star Spawn and the Star Vampire, and I draw a card, which is a Crowbar. Fantastic. Yes, Intellect in combat. But she's also Soak, Flower, so I didn't die, is my point. I think I'm going to die anyway, because the Storm will sweep me off my feet, and I'll take... Oh, sorry. I definitely did. My apologies. I think I was thinking about evading. I'm thinking about evading all my problems, you know? We reveal 5 tokens to see if the winds blow. Can you imagine if they didn't? No, there's one. This goes here. This all moves this way. We get a new card at the bottom. There is now only 1 card. I mean, if I could get like a victory point off of something, that'd be pretty cool. We go to 2 out of 3 Doom, and we draw an encounter card. It's another enemy! Now, let's talk RNG for a second here. I've seen... So there's 4 enemies on me. The Inescapable could have maybe been defeated earlier. I defeated the Coral Star Spawn. How many more in the discard pile? 1 Star Vampire got knocked away. I took out my Primeval Terror, also got blown away, and 2 Night Gaunts. So I have half of the encounter deck enemies on me. Sorry, 45%. Rip. Rip. Rip Marion. All right, Marion, what do we got, buddy? Marion is obviously, you know, terrified. Creature after creature continues to hover overhead. They are, of course, you know, at the skyline. They are exposed, and she realizes now what a foolish idea it was to move this way out towards the skyline where they could be seen as enemy after enemy descends upon them. I'm just going to keep evading just for funsies. Actually, sorry. Can I defeat a 1 victory point enemy? No. I will evade 3 enemies, and I will take 2 damage, and I will die. If there was an ability to move or something, that would be cool, but I don't have it. -2, draw another token. -2, draw another token. Auto-fail. Evade the vampire again. Evaded. It doesn't matter. This is the end of the scenario. Evade the Star Spawn. Draw another token. Fail. In the enemy phase, I take 5 damage and 1 horror, which defeats me. Defeats me by physical damage. So I will take a physical trauma. And we will read... It's rough, Graspy Loot, but you know, I love all members of my community equally, doubters or no. The poisonous gales howl through the black stone corridors of the ancient city. That would be pretty bad, Flower, but you're not wrong. I would not prefer that. The poisonous gales howl through the black stone corridors of the ancient city with all the force of a hurricane. As you are battered on all sides by stinging sharp winds, the acrid vapors make your head spin with unsettling visions. These unearthly weather patterns seem to blow from somewhere far beyond, from an undimensioned plane of existence. You awaken to see your companions gathered around you. If they help you to your feet, you turn away from the brilliant skyline and the churning clouds. You have no memory of passing out. How did you get here? That's a good question. In your campaign log, cross out Obsidian Canyons on the Relier map. Each investigator must search the collection for a random madness or omen basic weakness and add it to their deck for the remainder of the campaign. If any investigator has Prove Your Worth, Victory X, and then we proceed to the Sepulchre of the Sleeper. We're alive. 4 physical trauma, 2 mental trauma. I did not get a task progress. I bet I'm going to need 6 or more task progress. I bet I'm out. Which is absolutely devastating. But I earn 1, 2, 3 victory. Sorry, 1, 2, 3 victory points. Could have gotten 4. Yeah, what the hell? I mean, they're not all basic weaknesses. I think the best way to do this is just to hit random until I draw 3... What is it? What did I just say? Madness or omens. That's a curse. That's cursed. That's cursed. Hang on. There's a better way to do this. Woohoo! All right, madness or omens. And then we're going to try to figure out what the best way to do this is. I think this will be fun, right, guys? Ugh. Madness. 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 Madness, but that's multiplayer only. Curse, end times, injury, injury, madness? We're going to definitely be doubling up on weaknesses, but that's, you know, fine here. Pact, monster, blunder, injury. Hardship! Hardship! That's so sweet. Madness, but that's multiplayer only. Omen? Omen? I really don't want the asset ones. Monster, Pact, Madness, Madness, Madness. We're looking for omens and madnesses. Madness, 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 madness. Okay. I cannot. It is not a madness or... I don't think it is anyway. Where did it go? Dendromorphosis? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I guess it is. Shit. We're going to draw 3 and resolve 1. Psychosis, hypochondria, or the 13th vision. It does sound pretty nasty. Psychosis and hypochondria are the same. They're opposites of each other. One of them says, after you take horror, take direct damage, and the other says, after you take damage, take direct horror. The 13th vision, I have not seen in the game yet, to my understanding, or in Doomed. You fail ties during skill tests. Shockingly bad for old Marion. And yet, I have to take it. Well, okay, so let's talk about it. Marion has taken visions, or she's had visions many times now, right? Yeah, basically Flower, till I discard it. Marion has had so many visions now because of Gret, because of her connection to this place, because of her connection to this alien language, that the 13th of those visions will be the one that spells her doom. The Sepulchre of the Sleeper. Okay, that, my friends, brings us to the end of this scenario for today. I have 3 whole XP to spend. If I had saved my last 2, I'd be able to get... I can get Gret level 3! I think I will probably do that. Because she's kind of been key to the idea, but also I think the soak would have been nice. Okay, so it's been pretty wild. If I had been a bit more effective and efficient in the first couple of rounds, we might have gotten a little further. Didn't get very many clues, didn't get very far, but got some XP, and perhaps more importantly, Marion is still alive. She's still alive to move on to this place known as the Sepulchre of the Sleeper, the place where dread Cthulhu slumbers for all time. But there you go. My friends, it's been an absolute blast. There's been a couple new folks who jumped into the stream today. Thank you to both Astro Boy and Puppy Dog. Puppy Man. Puppy Boy? It's Pupper's Dog, sorry. Welcome to the community. Lovely to have you. As always, join the Discord if you want to join our community. I'm part of a larger community of folks. We talk about RPGs and play all sorts of different games. It's not all Arkham content. We're currently talking about TTRPG systems that you'd love to see from the RPG Clinic community, either short form or long form for campaigns. We're not in a position to end Montreal by Moonlight, our Werewolf 5th edition campaign, as of yet, but it's always a good idea to be excited for something else. Thank you, Eric Gwen. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everyone, for being here, for all of your love and support and gentle ribbing or not so gentle ribbing. I love it all. Marion is alive. She is in big trouble, but she's still alive, and who knows what doom will await her next time on Doomed. I'll see you tomorrow on stream with Tornado Macaw, and we'll see you around the place. Until next time on Doomed. Bye-bye.